for Monday, October 9th, 2023's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Let's get this. Let's see. All right, so let's go here and start getting this shared. There we go. Boom. Group. Whole lot of records. Share. 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 All right. Let's go here and here. Okay. Getting this shared everywhere. Oh, accidentally clicked on my Stone Temple Pilots video. That was loud. Let's see. All right. Let's go chat. And I know we're late, but we're not anymore. Let's go ahead and get started. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button on the live feed. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. Hopefully now you know the drill and you know to already do that. But just hit as many buttons as you can. Just start hitting buttons. Start clicking on stuff. First crate we're going to go through is some new vintage arrivals. Check condition. I've got on sale new vinyl to go through. Yes, I've got on sale new vinyl to go through. We'll get rolling on that in just a second. Welcome, everybody. It is Monday. It is Monday. G. Michael says he needs an STP vinyl. We'll make that the first sale of the week and first sale of the night. Are you referring to this right here, the Stone Temple Pilots Thank You, Rocktober exclusive 2LP on vinyl for the first time? If so, let's sell that to G. Michael Twinton. And let's go ahead and see what's in this bin, actually. Let's go through this bin. He said yes. All right, first sale of the night. G. Michael with the Stone Temple Pilots. Thank you. I'll show that. That'll be the last record in this crate. First, we'll do Bad Company. This is self-titled Bad Company, limited edition crystal clear vinyl. That is $29.99. $29.99. Bad Company self-titled. 75th anniversary Atlantic's Elevation, $29.99. The Cars Greatest Hits. The Cars Greatest Hits is also on red vinyl. And it's also a Rocktober, just what you needed. The Cars Greatest Hits, $29.99 for the Cars Greatest Hits. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Rocky Horror Picture Show is $28.99. Rocky Horror Picture Show, $28.99. That's new and sealed. That's also on red vinyl. We have Van Morrison, Astral Weeks. Van Morrison, Astral Weeks is on limited edition olive green vinyl, and that is $28.99. Another part of that Rocktober exclusive. The Godfather soundtrack, new and sealed. The Godfather soundtrack, new and sealed. That's a tri-fold open cover. $33.99. Jeremy Vite first on the Cars Greatest Hits. That's so to Jeremy Vite. And we also have Skid Row. This is Subhuman Race. That's on blue and black marbled vinyl. Skid Row Subhuman Race is $44.99. $44.99 for Skid Row Subhuman Race. I need to send a text message right quick before I forget. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I had to send that to Kim right quick. Okay, Jeremy Vite also wants a Godfather soundtrack. So Jeremy got the Cars and the Godfather soundtrack back on pace now. Kiss, Carnival of Souls, 2014 remaster, $33.99. And Merciful Fate, that's on Red Smoke vinyl. That's Merciful Fate 9, $39.99. That's G. Michael Twinton on that one. Slave to the Grind. I was like, what is the name of this one? Skid Row. That's on black and red marble vinyl. Skid Row is $44.99. Skid Row Slave to the Grind. Also, Guns N' Roses Unplugged. Guns N' Roses Unplugged is on silver or red vinyl. I think it's silver vinyl. Silver vinyl, that's Guns N' Roses Unplugged, $38.99. Skid Row self-titled, so 3 different Skid Rows in here. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind, and Subhuman Race, their first 3 albums. That one is $34.99. Also, Whiskey Myers, self-titled, $34.99. And Charles Mingus Ahum, that's on blue vinyl, $24.99. Blue vinyl on that one. Stone Temple Pilots, Thank You, $39.99. And that's on blue vinyl. We've already sold one out of here. I think that's what I have left with those. That's like a Stone Temple Pilots greatest hits. Thank You on blue vinyl. Also, Charles Mingus, Whiskey Myers, Skid Row, Guns N' Roses, Skid Row, Merciful Fate, Kiss, Skid Row, Van Morrison, Rocky Horror Picture Show, The Cars, and Bad Company. That was our warm-up band. That was some stuff from last week. No mail today. It is Columbus Day, so no mail today. That means no deliveries, no packages. Nothing went out, and nothing came in. Yeah. The mailman is going to have quite the task. They're probably going to have to bring a Brinks truck here tomorrow to haul all the mail that we have going out and probably everything we have coming in. So crazy the amount of stuff we're about to send out. Subhuman Race is $44.99. $44.99. That's a new sealed blue and black marbled vinyl. Blue and black marbled vinyl. We got 2 people wanting a Merciful Fate. Fantastic. Did y'all see the other Merciful Fate titles we have? There's a crate over here. I've got about 3 other Merciful Fates, but this one sold to Todd Tipton. The other one sold to Jeffrey Walker and Keith White. If you decide you want a Subhuman Race for $44.99, just let me know. We got new vintage arrivals. Boz Scaggs Hits. Boz Scaggs is a VG Plus for $14.99. This is Boz Scaggs Hits, his greatest hits album, VG Plus condition, $14.99. Brewer and Shipley, welcome to Riddle Bridge, VG copy. This is our first crate of new vintage arrivals, which is check condition titles. Welcome to Riddle Bridge. That's Brewer and Shipley. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Ozzy, Diary of a Madman. Ozzy is a VG Plus, $49.99. Diary of a Madman. VG Plus condition, $49.99. That also has the original inner sleeve, and that's an 81 Pittman press. Diary of a Madman, VG Plus condition, $49.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, EX condition, not bad whatsoever, $24.99. There is a little bit of writing. Stone wrote his name on the cover. This has the original insert with the pictures and lyrics, and that is $24.99. Also, Rod L. Martin, a.k.a. Retro Class Entertainment, gets the Ozzy, Diary of a Madman. Stevie Nicks, Belladonna, VG Plus condition, $14.99. VG Plus condition, $14.99. This is Stevie Nicks' first solo album with hits such as Edge of 17 and Stop Dragging Around My Heart. That's VG Plus, $14.99. If I can pick it up next week in person, I'll take Kiss Carnival of Souls. If you buy anything tonight and you're local, if you buy anything tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, it will be ready for pickup on Monday, a week from today. So if you buy anything this week, it won't be ready for pickup until a week from today. So this is Kiss Carnival of Souls. If you want that, just say sold, and you can pick it up a week from today. Anything purchased during our live sales is ready for pickup the following Monday. That's when we have it ready. Just Between You and Me, Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton. That's a VG copy, $12.99 from 1968. So Keith White gets the Kiss Carnival of Souls. Corey Gaston gets the Stevie Nicks. That's sold to Corey Gaston. Also, Paul McCartney, McCartney 2. This is a VG copy for $12.99. McCartney 2, VG copy, $12.99. Joe Cocker is a VG copy for $9.99. That one is called Cocker, VG $9.99. And the Eagles, One of These Nights. That's in VG Plus condition, $24.99. Great new vintage arrivals in here, especially in the check condition bin so far. That's the Eagles, One of These Nights. A couple more sold out of here. Christopher Morris gets Paul McCartney. Looks like G.C. Colleton was a close second. And Corey Gaston wants the Joe Cocker. All right, those are sold. And we have Stand, Sly and the Family Stone, VG $19.99. Always a requested song, VG $19.99. We got 3 Psycho Circuses in all of last week. We gave those to the next 3 people on the list. If you don't have it on your invoice, that means you didn't get one, and I'm still waiting for more to come in. Still waiting for more to come in on those. Our first auction is going to be Randy Travis, Storms of Life. Randy Travis is in VG Plus condition, and this is going to be a $20 start. $20 start. This is Randy Travis, Storms of Life, VG Plus condition, and that's going to be a $20 start. Randy Travis, Storms of Life. There's our first auction of the night. Band on the Run, Paul McCartney, VG Plus, $19.99. This has the original inner sleeve with it. Paul McCartney, Band on the Run, VG Plus, $19.99. And Flipper, MGM's Flipper, the King of the Sea, that's in VG condition, $14.99. Flipper, VG condition, $14.99. Let me grab my other phone. There's some people watching on YouTube that I know don't have access to our Facebook and our Facebook account, but let me read everybody or show everybody very quickly an update that I made almost exactly 1 hour ago. That way everybody knows what's going on. So about an hour ago, I posted that as of 6:30, we're still working on sending out invoices. Our shipping team's going to be working extra hard to pack and ship everything that was paid from last week, and everything's starting to get paid right now. There's people paying for their invoices from last week as we speak. If you have an invoice correction, just make sure you've sent a message to CollectCo, or if you're not on Facebook, that you've sent us an email. We'll fix it within the next 24 to 72 hours, and then, as I usually say, I try not to be rude, but if you do have any questions and you ask them here as far as invoice corrections or shipping, I really can't answer them because I usually don't know what's going on. But if you've messaged us, I promise you we've received it, and we'll get back to you sometime between 24, 72 hours at the most. I mean, some of these we'll see your message, but we may have not replied because we're still trying to figure it out. There'll be some people like, hey, I'm missing a such and such record from our invoice. And we've probably opened that, and we're trying to figure out where it is so we can add it to your invoice. So you may have to, it may pop up the next day. So that's probably why we don't reply right away. So, okay, so our first auction was Randy Travis. Todd Tipton is in at $20. Christopher Morris got the Band on the Run. That's sold to Christopher Morris. Jimmy Jonas was second, and G. Michael was third. And did somebody say Flipper, or did I miss something? I don't think, no, I guess I missed that. Final call on Randy Travis. This is the Chesterfield Kings, Let's Go Get Stoned. VG condition, $12.99. There is some cover damage right here. There is some noticeable cover damage. They did a playoff there with the Stones cover. That's a VG copy, $12.99. That's from 1994. So Paul McCartney was sold. That went to Christopher Morris. Wings Greatest Hits, speaking of Paul McCartney. VG condition, $12.99. That's Wings Greatest Hits. VG $12.99. And John Lennon Imagine. Looks like an older, if not OG copy of Imagine. VG condition, $14.99. GC Colleton got Wings. Nick Bargeron's in on Randy Travis at $21. Also, Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 2. VG condition, $14.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Also about a VG cover, VG vinyl. That's his Greatest Hits Volume 2. Great track listing on here. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Is that one on here? No. Philadelphia Freedom. Levon, Pinball Wizard. Okay, so Wings went to GC Colleton. Randy Travis at 22. Christopher Morris was second on Wings. Jimmy Jonas first on Imagine. Christopher Morris second. Corey Gaston first to Elton John. Jetstream second. Christopher Morris third. Cream, Disraeli Gears. $14.99. VG condition. That's on the older, I think that's actually the first label for that album. VG condition, $14.99. Terre Haute Press, it looks like. VG, Cream Disraeli Gears, a classic. Fleetwood Mac, EX condition, $32.99. EX condition, $32.99. That's their self-titled album. That's their self-titled. The first with the Nicks, Buckingham lineup, EX $32.99, and of course McVie. Jimmy Jonas first on Cream, and we have Neil Young Harvest. VG Plus $19.99 for Neil Young Harvest. VG Plus $19.99. So the new high bidder on Randy Travis is Todd Tipton at 22. Nick Bargeron, you're outbid. Let me know if you want back in as usual. Jetstream, you were second on Disraeli Gears. Lightning Hopkins, Dirty Blues, a VG condition for $29.99. Lightning Hopkins, Dirty Blues. That's in VG condition for $29.99. Wes Bruce and Lang, Why Don't You? Wes Bruce and Lang is in EX condition, $17.99. Wes Bruce and Lang, Why Don't You? EX $17.99. Nick Bargeron's back in on Randy Travis at 23. Ryan Willis wants the Neil Young Harvest. That's sold to Ryan Willis, Neil Young Harvest. And I think we have our first time buyer, Henry, on YouTube with Lightning Hopkins. Unless, Henry, you're a regular buyer that's under a new name. If you're a first time buyer, let me know, and that'll be a great time to introduce first-time buyer instructions. Randy Travis is back in, or Todd Tipton's back in on Randy Travis at 25. Debbie, you were second on Lightning Hopkins. The Stylistics, Rock and Roll Baby. The Stylistics is VG, $9.99. The Stylistics and the Four Tops Greatest Hits, VG, $9.99. The Four Tops Greatest Hits. That's Henry Pardidez. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the information so I can tell Tanner. He just stepped to the bag, but when he gets back up here, I'll let him know. Miles Davis is a new sealed music on vinyl pressing for $39.99. Tanner, the YouTube buyer under Henry is Henry Pardidez. John Duran wants the Four Tops. I was just listening to some of their music, like Baby, I Need Your Lovin'. Wow. It's going to be one of the greatest ever, that track there. Randy Travis, Storms of Life. Todd Tipton's out. Final call to Nick Bargeron for $27. Final call to Nick Bargeron. Winnie the Pooh. Walt Disney presents all the songs from Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. VG condition, $14.99. Also, Joni Mitchell Court and Spark. VG Plus condition, OG Gatefold, $14.99. Joni Mitchell Court and Spark. Little Feat, one of the great live albums, Waiting for Columbus. VG Plus condition, $22.99. That's Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus. Lamont Cranston Band. Lamont Cranston Band, Up from the Alley. VG condition, $9.99. The John Lennon has already sold. John Lennon, Imagine, has already sold. The City, Now That Everything's Been Said. The City is VG Plus, $16.99. That's actually an unofficial pressing. Wow. The City. That's odd. Unofficial press, VG Plus condition, $16.99. Susan Bell wants the Winnie the Pooh record. That's sold to Susan Bell. And Michael Jackson Thriller. Wow, we got an OG one actually. VG, $14.99. Michael Jackson Thriller, VG condition, $14.99. Randy Travis is our first auction of the night. That's sold to Nick Bargeron for $27. That's sold to Nick Bargeron for $27. Randy Travis. I'll get another one started right now. As soon as I show Stevie Wonder fulfilling this first finale. Has some writing on the cover. VG on the vinyl, $12.99. Randy Travis is our next auction. Always and Forever. This one's an EX condition. This is going to be a $25 start. Once again, his albums are not in print. The one we just sold is in print through Music On or through Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. This has the hit song Forever and Ever Amen. Randy Travis also has the original lyric insert. EX condition. Very clean. EX is just a tick below what we consider a non-check condition record, which is EX plus near mint minus. $25 start on Randy. White Witch. White Witch. That's the one I was getting confused the other night. This one's on Capricorn Records. VG plus $19.99. Always a great seller. Not in print, obviously. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2. EX $12.99. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2. Also Bad Company. We've sold a lot of new copies this week and last week. This is Bad Company's self-titled debut album, VG Plus condition, $19.99. VG Plus condition, $14.99, excuse me. VG Plus condition, $14.99. That's an OG of that record. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, VG Plus, $14.99. Cheech and Chong, VG, $12.99. I'm assuming no rolling. Actually, this is not the one that came with a rolling paper, is it? No, this one didn't come with a rolling paper. VG condition, $12.99 on Cheech and Chong. GC Colleton says he'll take the Bad Company. Michael Toynton, you were second. Best of Cream. This is actually a white label promo. VG Plus condition, $29.99. A white label promo, Presswell copy of the Best of Cream. Has the promo stickers. Very cool. Best of Cream. VG Plus, $29.99. Chris Bijak first on Cheech and Chong. And Jimmy Jonas first on Cream. That's a very interesting white label promo of that record. The Grateful Dead. Their self-titled first album. This is a 1973 pressing. VG condition, $24.99. VG condition, $24.99. The Grateful Dead, their self-titled first album. The Eagles, Desperado. VG Plus, $24.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Desperado. VG Plus, $24.99. Barry Seagrave first on the Grateful Dead. Randy Travis is in EX condition. We're looking for a $25 start. Forever and Ever Amen. The name of the album is Always and Forever. Always and Forever. Does Steve Henson play pedal steel on Randy Travis? I don't see any credit notes on the back cover. Let's see here, Kevin. Let's see if there's any credits. I don't see any credit notes for any of the musicians on this album. Well, maybe right here. Fiddle, dobro, keyboards, electric guitars, acoustic guitars. pedal dobro, background vocals. What was that name? Steve Henson. I don't see that listed anywhere on here. I may be wrong though. We have Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits, VG Plus $24.99. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits, VG Plus $24.99. Average White Band, VG Plus $9.99, has their hit song Pick Up the Pieces, VG Plus $9.99. Leonard Skinner's Second Helping, VG Plus $24.99. The first MCA label, VG Plus $24.99 for Leonard Skinner's Second Helping. Steely Dan Can't Buy a Thrill, VG Plus $49.99. A 1972 True Sound Press, first label, VG Plus $49.99. Wow. Can't Buy a Thrill, Gatefold, first label. Also, Boston Self-Titled, VG $14.99 for Boston Self-Titled. Original label, first debut album. Dark Side of the Moon, a 73, that's the first year, Winchester Press. VG Condition on the vinyl, $44.99. That's Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Led Zeppelin 4, VG Plus $44.99. And original 71 Richmond Press, $44.99. And we have Grand Funk, E Pluribus Funk. That is a VG copy, $24.99, the one that's famously shaped like the coin. And the Eagles self-titled debut album, EX Condition, $32.99. Very clean looking copy there, the Eagles' first album. Now, that was a pretty incredible run of albums we had right here. These Dark Side of the Moon, Boston, Can't Buy a Thrill, and Second Helping. That's like some classic rock essentials. If you were going to make a list of classic rock essentials, I'd say probably all those would be on the list. If anybody wants Randy Travis, it's a $25 buy it now. G.C. Colleton is going to take the Boston, and that is sold to G.C. Colleton. And if anybody wants Randy Travis, it's sold to Nick Bargeron for $25. That's sold to Nick for $25. That's sold, and so is Boston. So let me recap what's left in here. How much was Leonard Skinner? Leonard Skinner Michelle was a VG Plus for $24.99. If you don't want it, it looks like Jim Hickson does. So let me know on that. Michelle, you have dibs. If not, Jim Hickson. Here's what's left in the first bin. And our next auction is going to be Temple of the Dog. Yes, you heard me right. This is a 2016 sealed remaster, $105 start. This is Temple of the Dog sealed. This is the single LP version. It's still a remaster from 2016, and that's a $105 start. Temple of the Dog, $105 start. It's on the original MCA label. So it was on Sounds of the South, then it was on a black MCA label, both in 1973. That's the black MCA label from 1973, not the Sounds of the South label. Still an OG MCA pressing, but not the first label. Boz Scaggs' Greatest Hits, Brewer and Shipley, Welcome to Riddle Bridge, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton, Eagles One of These Nights, Stan, Sly and the Family Stone, Flipper, Chesterfield Kings, Fleetwood Mac self-titled, Wes Bruce and Lang, The Stylistics, Joni Mitchell, Little Feat, Lamont Cranston Band, The City, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, White Witch, also BTO. We have Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, The Eagles, Jimi Hendrix, Average White Band, Steely Dan, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Grand Funk, and the Eagles. Great stuff there. Looking for a $105 start on Temple of the Dogs. Temple of the Dogs, looking for a $105 start. I got 2 crates of new on sale vinyl to go through at some point tonight. I'll probably start the first one after we go through this crate here. But I do have on sale new vinyl. We've pulled everything. At least we've went through about half of everything. We still got to go through these racks and pull January and February, but we'll do that. So Michelle passes on Leonard Skinner, so give that to Jim Hickson. Gary says he'll take Miles Davis Kinda Blue, sell that to Gary Samuels for $39.99. Final call if you want to bid on Temple of the Dogs. First record in here is America's Greatest Hits. These are all EX Plus to Near Mint Minus, so very clean records that's going to be in this bin. Most of them are going to look just like this. This is America's Greatest Hits. That's an essential, $14.99. Elvin Bishop, Juke Joint Jump. I don't know if I recall seeing that one before. Elvin Bishop is $9.99. Ambrosia is $9.99. Ambrosia is $9.99. I think that's their self-titled album, one we don't get as often, actually, for an artist like Ambrosia. Al Stewart, Past, Present, and Future. Al Stewart is $9.99. Also, Al Stewart Modern Times, $9.99. Robin Trower for Earth Below. Robin Trower is $19.99. That's the original label. Very clean records, it looks like so far in here. Extremely nice. Robin Trower for Earth Below. Son of Spirit by Spirit, $19.99 for Spirit. And Steve Miller Band Anthology. Steve Miller Band Anthology, $34.99. Anthology. That's a 2LP gatefold. If anybody wants the Temple the Dog album, $105 buy it now. That's available if anybody wants it. Very surprising. No bid on that. Rydell Martin gets the Ambrosia record. That's sold to Rydell Martin. Also, Robin Trower Bridge of Size, $24.99. Looks like a VG Plus cover. That's also the original label on that one. Robin Trower Bridge of Size. And Robin Trower Twice Removed from Yesterday. We've got, I think, his first 3 albums here, all on the original label, $19.99. The Steve Miller was $34.99. That's called Anthology. It's a 2LP gatefold on that G. Michael. Henry Gross, Show Me to the Stage. Henry Gross is $9.99. That's Show Me to the Stage. The Earl Scruggs Review Anniversary Special Volume 1, $12.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Searching for a Rainbow. That's $24.99. And Michael Martin Murphy, Blue Sky Night Thunder, $14.99. That Temple the Dog didn't sell, just Ambrosia. Grateful Dead is our next auction. This is a 1971 Pittman Extraordinarily Clean Vinyl 1971 press for a $55 star. For any Deadheads that's watching, this is the Oxo Moxa Oxa album. Green, original first label, Warner Brothers, and that's extremely nice vinyl. Boy, it is. A solid VG Plus cover. Grateful Dead's a $55 star. We don't get that as often in that condition. Mountain, They Took It Sleigh Ride, $19.99 for Mountain. This feels like it has something extra with it. Feels awfully heavy, or that could just be the weight of the vinyl. Mountain, They Took It Sleigh Ride, $19.99. It includes all the inserts. It includes the book and the photo. It includes the book and the photo. And I'm pretty sure the mastering on this one is, Lee Holko, Robert Lugwood. These are cut extremely hot, these Mountain records by Bob Lugwood and Lee Holko, just like Led Zeppelin 2 copies, if you can find those very desirable matrices. REO Speedwagon, Riding the Storm Out. REO Speedwagon, orange epic label, extremely nice, $19.99 for REO Speedwagon. And Robin Trower, the fourth in the crate, In City Dreams. In City Dreams, that's very nice, $19.99. Todd Tipton wants Mountain. And Temple the Dog is a 2016 remaster sealed. It's sealed and unopened for a $105 buy it now. And that is the best price. I figured it would go up from there. How about a live bootleg? This is Traffic. Traffic live in Stockholm. I think we've had one of these before from the Pittsburgh collection. This is Traffic live in Stockholm, 1967. And live from the BBC, Steve Winwood and Traffic. And that's a 2LP or single LP. That's a 2LP vintage bootleg, $45 start from Traffic. Bruce Guthrie on REO Speedwagon, Riding the Storm Out. That's sold to Bruce Guthrie. Also, Out There, Eric Dolphy, Out There is $14.99. $14.99. Which mix is Oxo Moxa? I don't know about the mix. The only thing I have is it's a 71 Pittman press. It's a 1971 Pittman press. That's all the information I have about that. Colin Butler on Eric Dolphy. That's sold to Colin Butler. This is right here. That's sold to Colin Butler. And looking for a $45 start on Traffic. Rare Bird. Somebody's watching. Rare Bird is $24.99. Heavy Cream. That's a 2LP Cream compilation. $34.99. Best of Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce, and Ginger Baker. Heavy Cream. Elvin Bishop, Strutting My Stuff. $9.99 on Elvin Bishop. Well Meet Again. Jim Capaldi. That is $19.99. Well Meet Again. Interesting. Roy Buchanan, Loading Zone. Roy Buchanan's $14.99. Also, Roy Buchanan Livestock, $19.99. Johnny Williams on EB. EB was Elvin Bishop. That's sold to Johnny Williams. And we have Blind Faith. Excuse the nudity. This is a 1974 UK pressing of Blind Faith. 74 UK with obviously the nude cover there. $44.99. And the Beatles White Album. This is a 1978 Jacksonville press. This is on the Purple Capitol labels, $44.99. If you don't have a vintage, clean copy of the White Album, this wouldn't be a bad start because the Apple pressings, The White Album, just like Abbey Road and a lot of other Beatles records, they're normally destroyed. So if you're holding out for like a mint first pressing of this album, especially like a UK mint first pressing, it can get into the hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I usually tell people, if you're looking for just a nice vintage copy, there are some great reissues, vintage reissues of the White Album out there. That's one of them. Next is Dolphy. We have Todd Tipton on the Beatles. That's sold to Todd Tipton. And Johnny Williams says he'll take the other Elvin Bishop as well. Elvin Bishop, and there's this one right here, right? If so, sell that to Johnny Williams as well. Next is Bobby Whitlock, Rock Your Socks Off, 1999. Bobby Whitlock, Rock Your Socks Off, 1999. Danzig, Misfits, or Sam Hain. We sell live every night right here on Facebook and YouTube. Artists like that, if we ever had any Danzig, Misfits, or Sam Hain, we would have them here and they would be up for auction just like these. Those are very, very difficult records to find. They will be they'll be well advertised and put up for auction if we ever run across them. Grateful Dead is a $55 buy now, and the Traffic album is a $45 buy now. If anybody wants in on those, $55 and $45 buy now. That was a 71 OG Pittman pressing of that, and Traffic Live, Stockholm and BBC was a $45 buy now. I was looking at Sam Hain records, I was looking at Danzig's first two solo albums. They're pretty much impossible to buy. It's incredible, the demand for those first two Danzig albums. Celio and Capono, Night Music. This is $14.99. Celio and Capono, Night Music, $14.99. What was on the live Roy Buchanan? Homegrown 2. This is Kakua. Homegrown 2, $9.99. Don't know a lot about that. Also, Black Moses by Isaac Hayes, $24.99. Black Moses, Isaac Hayes, $24.99. John Prine, Sweet Revenge, 1973 PRC Richmond Press, $34.99. John Prine, Sweet Revenge, that is $34.99. An original PRC Richmond Press, $34.99. Colin Butler wants Isaac Hayes, Black Moses. Now, Roger Monk, what was the BRB? Was that... let me know what that was. Also, Jimmy Jonas wants John Prine. Kevin Hughes, You Were Second. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? $34.99. $34.99. That's a 74 Santa Maria press. $34.99 for Jimi Hendrix. Shortcut Draw Blood. Jim Capaldi, that's $9.99. Also, J. Giles Band Hotline, $19.99. J. Giles Hotline with the die cut cover there is $19.99. He could be just saying be right back, or he might have meant a claim on something. Young Americans, David Bowie, $34.99. Young Americans, that's on the original tan RCA label. Very clean copy of that. Young Americans, $34.99. Elvin Bishop, Hometown Boy Makes Good. That Elvin Bishop's also $9.99. Outside Stuff, Rick Derringer and the McCoys, $24.99 for Rick Derringer and the McCoys. This is Fat Mattress. No, this is Rare Earth. Where did I come up with Fat Mattress? This is Rare Earth Ma, $19.99. Rare Earth Ma, M-A, $19.99 on the Rare Earth label. Johnny Williams also wants the Elvin Bishop. That's so to Johnny Williams. Robert Palmer, Some People Can Do What They Like. That's $19.99. Robert Palmer, Some People Can Do What They Like. Todd Tipton first on Rare Earth. Also, Shandy Sin Naman. Boy, she's got a lot of syllables, a lot of S's and N's in there. Shandi, S-I-N-N-A-M-O-N. Sanamon, maybe. $14.99. Stanley Jordan, Magic Touch, $9.99. That's on Blue Note. Barry Miles, White Heat. Barry Miles is $26.99. And Alicia Bridges, self-titled, $9.99. If anybody wants to know any prices or any additional information on anything in here, just be sure to let me know, and I will show those to you accordingly. Now, this is a pretty unique record, especially if you're a Toto fan. This is sealed. It's a shaped picture disc, sealed, shaped like Africa. Toto, double feature, limited edition picture disc, Rosanna and Africa. That is sealed. It's never been opened in the original picture disc holder. That's a $75 start. If anybody wants in, that's a $75 start. It's sealed. Sealed. Very cool. Here's what's left in this crate if you need price or condition. America's Greatest Hits, still available for $14.99. Also, Al Stewart, Past, Present, Future. Al Stewart at Modern Times. Robin Trower for Earth Below. Spirit, Son of Spirit. Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. Robin Trower, Twice Removed from Yesterday. Steve Miller Anthology. Henry Gross, Show Me to the Stage. Corey Gaston Gets the America. We have Earl Scruggs Review, Anniversary. Marshall Tucker, Searching for a Rainbow. We have Michael Martin Murphy, Blue Sky Night Thunder. Robin Trower, In City Dreams. Rare Bird, Somebody's Watching. Cream, Heavy Cream. Well Meet Again, Jim Capaldi. Roy Buchanan, Loading Zone. Roy Buchanan, Livestock. I don't know if these are actually live. Recorded live at Town Hall. This is live. Okay. Reelin' and Rockin', Hot Chaw, Further Up on the Road, Roy's Bloods, Can I Change My Mind, I'm a Ram and I'm Evil. That is 1999. Blind Faith is still available. Bobby Whitlock, Cethio and Capono. Homegrown, Jimi Hendrix. Very nice 74 pressing of that. Jim Capaldi, Jay Giles Band, David Bowie, Rick Derringer, Robert Palmer, Shandy Sanaman, Stanley Jordan, Barry Miles, and Alicia Bridges. Final call if anybody wants to get in on the Toto picture disc. I'm going to go ahead and show you a crate of some Yes on sale new vinyl. And then we got some Paul stuff. I've got 3 more crates from John. I got 2 more crates behind the counter. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 crates of new arrivals and 2 crates of on sale new vinyl. Wow. 7 crates of new arrivals, plus Paul's back there pricing stuff right now. So I don't know how much, we don't have all that many auctions to run through. We're just going to be going through a lot of vinyl tonight. I don't have a whole lot of auctions set aside. Last night I was working on Kiss stuff. Paul was working on Kiss stuff. We're having another big Kiss sale tomorrow night. We're going to have new vintage arrivals and new vinyl just like any other night. But just like all the other Kiss shows, we're going to have Kiss merchandise. Joshua gets the Temple of the Dogs for $105. That's so to Joshua. Let's go ahead and go through the on sale new vinyl and see what we have in here. Prince, self-titled, $19.99. I've got all these green stickered, so the green sticker price that I'm reading to you is the on-sale price. Prince, that's self-titled, his second album, $19.99. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof. These are all new and sealed, on-sale price, $24.99. That was $36.99. Prince was $28.99. We have Fish, Sigma, Oasis. $24.99. That was $36.99. That's Fish, and that's on Seafoam Black split vinyl. Fish is $24.99. I've got 2 copies of that. Fish, Sigma, Oasis. Troy Robinson wants the Prince. That's so to Troy Robinson. I've got 2 copies of David Bowie pinups. These were $29.99. Now they're $22.99. David Bowie pinups, $22.99 pinups. Also, Graham Parsons, $22.99 for Grievous Angel. Graham Parsons, Grievous Angel, $22.99. Dennis Jackson wants a copy of Fish. And a couple questions. Did I miss the Kiss box set, or is that for tomorrow? The Kiss box set is a giveaway, and we're going to give that away a week from today. Barry Seagrave wants DB, and that's David Bowie. We just sold Temple of the Dog. Nobody bid on it. It sit over here forever, and Joshua said he will finally buy it. That is $105. He has already claimed that. The Kiss box is a giveaway. The Kiss box is a giveaway. Let me show that right quick and let everybody know that's going on, because I would like everybody to participate in that. And this is right here. Let me go to our page. This is on our page, Collectco. This is right here. This is Collectco. That's our page. And right down here, it says giveaway announcement. Giveaway announcement. And I have all the instructions. And it's 4 simple rules. You have to like our page. You have to tag a friend in the comments. You have to like this post, and you have to share this post. And then we're going to draw, and if whoever won hadn't have liked the post, share it, because there's obviously some kind of imbalance here. There's 86 likes, 120 comments, and only 74 shares. So somewhere somebody hadn't liked one of the 2 or one of the other, and that's probably going to cost them a box set. So make sure you've done all 4 things. You have to make sure you've liked our page, which some of y'all have done that 5 years ago. You have to tag a friend, which shouldn't be that hard, whether they're into Kiss or not. Share the page, takes 2 clicks, or share the post, and then like the post. That will get you in on a $300 Kiss box set giveaway. That's all you have to do. That's going to be available for 1 week to enter. 1 week, 1 entry. Ministry, Sphinx Tour. This is limited edition, 1,000 on red colored vinyl. $29.99. So after we draw somebody's name, I'm going to be all like, all right, we're going to check on that next Monday, and then we're going to make sure they've liked the page. We're going to make sure they've shared the post, make sure they've liked the post, and if they hadn't done all 4 things, then we'll go to the next person. I don't know if we'll be able to verify that night. If not, we'll draw another night till we find a legitimate winner. Genesis, We Can't Dance. Genesis is $33.99. These were $42.99. This is new and sealed Genesis, We Can't Dance. This is new vinyl on sale, $33.99. If anybody wants the Toto, this is going to be a $75 buy now. That's the Toto Africa picture disc. Toto Africa picture disc. If anybody wants in on that for a $75 buy it now. $75 buy it now. Check this out. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Paul brought me a stack of auctions, and he also sent me some pictures I never did get around to posting. And I think this is what some of them were. Some of them may not have been photographed at all. But this is an original 1984 Jacksonville press of Red Hot Chili Peppers with the original inner sleeve. Red Hot Chili Peppers self-titled. $125 start. EX Plus Near Mint Minus vinyl. Very nice cover. Red Hot Chili Peppers is $125 start. And that's an original 1984 Jacksonville press with the original inner sleeve. So on sale new vinyl. These are on sale new vinyl LPs. I'm going to continue going, then I'll do a recap. Funkadelic. This is $20 off, $39.99. It does have a little bit of a crease right here, but this is the Funkadelic Maggot Brain 2LP remaster, which includes the Maggot Brain 12-inch with a 2017 reworked by Detroiters remix and the 71 live performance. That's $39.99. Also, Foo Fighters 1x1, $29.99. Foo Fighters 1x1. Flock of Seagulls, $24.99 for Flock of Seagulls. That is $24.99. That's Orange Vinyl Remaster. That's my last 3 copies. $24.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Pictures at an Exhibition. That's on white vinyl, 50th Anniversary Edition. $24.99 for ELP, Pictures at an Exhibition. And David Bowie Heroes, $24.99. David Bowie Heroes, remastered, $24.99. G. Michael Toynton on Foo Fighters. That's sold to G. Michael. That's the Foo Fighters. Also, Echo and the Bunnymen live in Liverpool. 2LP recorded at the 2001 Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. And that's Echo and the Bunnymen live in Liverpool. $34.99. Homeland Conspiracy wants the Emerson, Lake and Palmer on white vinyl. Rich Shockley wants a Genesis, We Can't Dance. 2 of those left. I don't think I've ever put those on sale before. Half-Speed Master. And of course, I think that does exist on vinyl as an OG, but very difficult to get. Dio Magica, $29.99. $10 off on that. That's a 2LP with a bonus 7-inch. Dio is $29.99. And we have De La Soul, $29.99. De La Soul is on orange, yellow vinyl. De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising on yellow vinyl, $29.99. Another Fish album. This is Fish Big Boat. Fish Big Boat is $24.99. It says new studio album, limited edition pressing on clear vinyl. That is 2LP, $24.99 for Fish, $24.99. And Danzig, Circle of Snakes. That's on clear vinyl. Danzig is $19.99. So we've pulled Foo Fighters, we've pulled Emerson, Lake and Palmer, we've pulled Genesis, and how much was Ministry? Ministry was $29.99. That was $15 off. That's my last copy. That's on limited edition red vinyl. We have another copy of Danzig. Danzig is $19.99. Dennis Jackson gets the other copy of Fish. That's sold to Dennis Jackson. And Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young so far. That's $19.99. That's also new and sealed. On sale, $19.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. A Love Supreme, John Coltrane, $24.99. Was $36.99. Gatefold, $24.99 for A Love Supreme, John Coltrane. Candlebox is $44.99. That's on silver-colored vinyl. Candlebox is $44.99. Does look like there's a little bit of a stress crease right here. That's on 2LP limited edition silver vinyl. It's not numbered. It's just limited edition silver vinyl. Not numbered, though. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, $24.99. I think for the first time ever, I realized that there's dogs on this cover. Hounds. I don't know, am I the only one that's never noticed that? Am I just insane? There's actually 2 dogs right there. Did you ever notice that, Tanner? Tanner, I know. I just now realized there's 2 dogs on this cover with her. I thought she was just like wrapped in lavender and maybe some kind of other brown furry. Yeah, I thought it was like some kind of but what happens, they're about to do a big reissue campaign of her entire catalog, and there was like some gatefold pictures, and I was looking at them, and there's like pictures of her with the dogs, like outtake photos, and I'm like, what in the world? I've been looking at this for years and never noticed it's just like when I realized the Boston albums have guitars on the cover. There's dogs on the covers. Never did Hounds of Love. I never did realize what was going on there. Just now realized that. Fred Carnell takes the Ministry. That is Ministry, Fred Carnell. Jetstream wants JC. JC was John Coltrane. And we have Candlebox. Candlebox is $44.99. That's $15 off, $44.99. And there's got to be some other people that didn't realize that they were actual. I mean, they blend in so well. It's amazing. It's one of those things. Once you see it, though, you'll never be able to unsee it. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, $24.99. Remaster, Ziggy Stardust, $24.99 for Ziggy Stardust. And the Beastie Boys License to Ill, $24.99 on the Beastie Boys License to Ill, $24.99. And this is actually, I think, cut from the analog tape, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And the reason I'm putting these on sale is because I've got in recently the Atlantic anniversary on clear vinyl. So these were $34.99. Now they're $22.99, and that's Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And I think this is a very good pressing of this album, just like the other one. I think all the pressings of this album that's in print sound really good, but there's another one for $22.99. Craig Thomas first on the Beastie Boys. Toby Grimm, you were second. Jeff Mallwitz first on Ziggy Stardust. If anybody wants this OG Red Hot Chili Peppers, 84 Jacksonville Press, $125, buy it now. An original 1984 Jacksonville Press, $125, buy it now. If anybody wants it on that, I'm going to take it back away. And that's so to George Ellis, $125 on Red Hot Chili Peppers. Let me do a big recap of this first crate of on sale. He says never mind, so this is still available for $125 if anybody wants it. An original 84 Jacksonville Press with the original inner sleeve. That's available if anybody wants it. All right, let's go ahead, and Fred Carnell says he'll take Candlebox if it's colored vinyl. Sell that to Fred Carnell. So here's what's left in this crate. Here's what's left on sale new vinyl. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof. That's $24.99. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, these are all new and sealed on sale, $24.99. Fish, Sigma Oasis, that's also on colored vinyl, $24.99. David Bowie Pinups, last copy, $22.99. Graham Parsons, Grievous Angel, $22.99. Genesis, We Can't Dance, $33.99. That's a 2 LP half-speed master. That is $33.99. Funkadelic is Maggot Brain, $39.99 for Funkadelic Maggot Brain, and a Flock of Seagulls. Flock of Seagulls is on orange vinyl, $24.99. That's a remastered exclusive orange vinyl pressing, $24.99. Darren Davis wants Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And Darren, I'm assuming you wanted this. If so, sell that to Darren Davis. Richard Allen wants a Genesis, We Can't Dance. And Anthony Barone wants the Maggot Brain. These are on sale new LPs. New sale on pills. There shouldn't be hardly anything left when we are officially done at the night with this crate. And I have another one to do later. Lots of new vintage arrivals, though. We have David Bowie Heroes. David Bowie Heroes is $24.99 remaster. Surprised no one's grabbed those. $24.99. Richard Paralis wants 2 Flock of Seagulls. There's one left. Richard, and we have Ian P. wants David Bowie Pinups. On sale new vinyl. So David Bowie sold to Ian. That leaves Robert Plant, Fish, Graham Parsons, Genesis, Flock of Seagulls. 2 other David Bowies there. And Echo and the Bunnymen live in Liverpool. Echo and the Bunnymen live in Liverpool. That's a 2 LP. Echo and the Bunnymen live, $34.99. Let me see if I got another auction to start over here. This is a Jimi Hendrix bootleg, a live bootleg, May 30th, 1970, at Berkeley Community Theater. $85 start. A vintage bootleg from the Pittsburgh collection. Very cool. It's called Good Karma. Good Karma, Berkeley, 1970. EX condition on the vinyl. The cover's in shrink wrap if that matters to you. $85 start. $85 start on that one. Also, Ian Bowie, we pulled that, and Fred Carnell wants a Flock of Seagulls. Anybody asking about shipping or invoices? 2 things. Make sure you're in our Whole Lot of Records group. We're going to share the link to our Whole Lot of Records group That way everybody knows it's in there. And I know not everybody's going to see this post. I was going to tag at everyone, but I know a lot of people don't like that. But I have made an announcement about invoices, shipping, all that. We'll actually start linking that and sharing it to people if they hop on and ask, just so everybody knows what's going on. And the giveaway for the KISS is on the Collectco page. The KISS giveaways on the Collectco page, and the announcement about invoicing, shipping, and questions is on the Whole Lot of Records page. Dio Magica, $29.99 for Dio Magica. Also, De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising, 2 LP yellow vinyl, $29.99 for De La Soul. Danzig Circle of Snakes, $19.99. That's on clear vinyl. Danzig Circle of Snakes. Still got 2 of those, gatefold clear vinyl. Crosby, Stills, and Nash so far, $19.99. By the way, the Kate Bush album does have Running Up That Hill, as featured in Stranger Things. $24.99 for Kate Bush. That was $31.99. David Bowie's $24.99, and then 2 copies of the Crosby, Stills, and Nash Couch album. The Couch album is known as self-titled, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Also, Jeff McMaster asked the condition of Red Hot Chili Peppers. This was a shocker. No bid for a $125 star, an original 1984 Jacksonville press. The vinyl is EX Plus. Very clean with the original inner sleeve. That's a $125 buy it now. Zach Billy wants the Kate Bush. And once again, I'm going to show that one more time. I cannot believe I'm now just noticing there's actually hounds on the cover. There's dogs on the cover. I always thought it was just like part of her outfit, or whatever she's wrapped up there in, the purple lavender or whatnot. Let's see this first crate Paul's got marked for us. I've got new arrivals. Like I said, 7 crates tonight. We don't have too many auctions, but we have a fantastic selection. Of new vintage. We got 7 crates to go through. We've only been through 2, and then 2 crates of new vinyl, and then I'll go back through some other new vinyl that was left over from the weeks before. So Zach Billy got Kate Bush. Edward Star Wars wants Genesis, We Can't Dance, and I saw somebody wants a Ziggy Stardust. Great selections there. So there's Edwards. There is this. Joe Maynard says he'll take the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Jeff says any writing on the cover. Jeff is wanting to check all of his boxes. Writing. No writing. No writing. Very nice. Still retains some of the gloss too. Yep. Very nice solid cover. The cover's EX. I wouldn't even call that VG Plus. Nice inner sleeve too. Jeff's thinking. He's going through his checklist. He's either about to say yes or no. I have a feeling he's going to say yes. If you need anything else, just let me know. If not, Joe Maynard. New vintage arrivals. We have Ron Piston's Real World Fungus Brains. 2011 US. I can tell we're immediately in a Paul crate. $19.99. Ron Piston's Real World Fungus Brains. $19.99. Jeff McMaster says tag it. So did Jeff McMaster. $125. Houston Pearson's Houston Express, a white label promo, $22.99. Houston Pearson's Houston Express, white label promo, $22.99. This is Device. Device is $14.99. Gold stamp promo on the Chrysalis label, $14.99 for Device. Sammy Hall, Reminiscence. Sammy Hall is sealed, $9.99. Also, the Firm Mean Business, that's also sealed with hop sticker, does have a saw mark. $34.99 for the Firm Mean Business. Cat Mother, white label promo on Cat Mother, self-titled white label Polydor sticker, $19.99 on Cat Mother, and the Rolling Stones, $34.99. Not the mispress, not the mispress. Trust me, we check every one of them. Blue London stereo labels, Rolling Stones Hot Rocks, $34.99. Fool's Gold, this is sealed, $9.99, self-titled. Fool's Gold. Iron Horse, that is a Randy Bachman record from Bachman Turner Overdrive. Iron Horse, $14.99, very clean, original inner sleeve. And this is Ginger Baker, $24.99. Ginger Baker's Air Force 2 with the insert, $24.99. Yellow Atco label, $24.99. If anybody wants the Jimi Hendrix boot, it's an $85 buy it now. That's Jimi Hendrix live at Berkeley, May 30th, 1970, vintage bootleg. $85 buy it now if anybody wants that. $85 buy it now if anybody wants that. Okay, Barry Seagraves wants IH. That's Iron Horse. Michael Nath is going to get the Jimi Hendrix boot for $85. No bet on that. Now I buy it now to Michael Nath. Jeff McMaster wants the Ginger Baker, and Robert Johnson was second. 20th anniversary edition of The Kinks, a complete collection. That's a Kinks compilation, $24.99. $24.99 for The Kinks. Also, this is from Monty with Love, Montevanti and his orchestra. That is sealed. Sealed Montevanti. Montevanti. I'm not saying that right. Montevanti. That's pretty close. Sealed, $9.99, 2 LPs. Glenn Miller, String of Pearls, another sealed 2 LP. That is Glenn Miller, $9.99. Sealed, original sealed. Porter Wagner, Experience, sealed, $19.99. Jetstream wants the Montevanti. There's some sealed, vintage sealed records there. Everybody Has a Dream, Sammy Hall, also sealed. Boy, we have had a lot of Sammy Hall sealed. I don't know a lot about him, but the other night we had like 5 different albums in the same crate. Glenn Miller sold to Jetstream, and Toby Graham wants the sealed Porter Wagner. Those are all sold. Also, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Going to a Go-Go. Record Store Day, Black Friday, sealed, $24.99. That's never been opened. That's sealed from Record Store Day, 2022. And Son of Gut Bucket, fantastic compilation, Paul has noted on the back, $24.99. Son of Gut Bucket. I see Canned Heat. I see Brett Marvin and the Thunderbolts, Creedence Clearwater, Ian Anderson's Country Blues, Time, $24.99. Son of Gut Bucket. Going to Chicago, J.B. Hutto and the Hawks, Sam Lay Blues Band, Floyd Jones, Eddie Taylor. That's $24.99. Going to Chicago. Looks like a blues record there. Peter Frampton, Frampton Comes Alive, and unopened 2008 audiophile remaster, $49.99. Sealed, Peter Frampton Comes Alive. And that album right now is currently not in print. That's a sealed remaster, $49.99. Sly Seal, that's not Sly, that's Seal Johnson maybe. Back for a Taste of Your Love. That is sealed, unopened, $59.99. $59.99. Thomas Hujar gets the J.B. Hutto. That was $24.99. Thomas was first of that. Michael Nath second, and Mark Lent third. The Hollies' Greatest Hits, that's also sealed. $29.99. That's a sealed remaster of the Hollies' Greatest Hits. $29.99. Rydell Martin wants the Sile. That's sold to Rydell Martin. And we have Jackie Gleason presents Music Martinis and Memories. That's sealed, $9.99. Jackie Gleason, sealed, $9.99. Jesus Christ Superstar, $19.99 for Jesus Christ Superstar. 2 LP gatefold, $19.99. Jesus Christ Superstar. Also, the Power Station, sealed, unopened, sealed Power Station, $24.99. Cynthia Herdren on JG, which is Jackie Gleason. Jetstream was second. And Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Angel Dream. Sealed Record Store Day on blue vinyl. Sealed Record Store Day on blue vinyl, $29.99. Jetstream on the Jesus Christ Superstar, and Rydell Martin on Power Station. Those are all sold. We also have The Trouble, Nobody Laughs Anymore. The Trouble is from 2005, $44.99. The Trouble, $44.99. Nobody Laughs Anymore. The Magpie Salute, High Water 1. That's on blue vinyl, $24.99. The Magpie Salute, $24.99. That's on blue vinyl, $24.99. Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters, Peace of Mind. That is from 1990, $19.99 on Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, a 78 club pressing, $24.99. 78 club pressing, very clean vinyl. If you don't have a vintage Fleetwood Mac Rumors already, not a bad copy there for $24.99. Vintage 78. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second. Diet Mountain Dew. Hard to beat. Fleetwood Mac, $24.99. We have N10 City, Straight for Your Heart. N10 City, Straight for Your Heart, 12-inch single, $9.99. Witch Hunt, As Priorities Decay, Witch Hunt, 2004 clear green vinyl with poster. That's a hardcore record, $27.99. $27.99. Let's see, we do have a couple more auctions set aside over here. Let's try this vintage Pink Floyd bootleg, or actually it's not that vintage. It's from the, well, I don't know when it was made, but this is Dark Side of the Moon, live in London, 1994 on blue vinyl. This is going to be a $65 start. Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, The Dark Side Over London. Check that out. Blue vinyl, bootleg from 1994. That's a $65 start. If anybody wants in, opening bid. Pink Floyd, looks like we've pulled a couple boots. I don't know if those came from Pittsburgh or not. We got a Van Halen one over here too. That one's a $65 start. The Mandrake Memorial. This is a reissue, probably Scorpio. That is probably a Scorpio reissue Paul has marked. Mandrake Memorial, $29.99. That is sealed. Billy Joe Street Life Serenade. This is a quad press in a stereo sleeve, $24.99. So the disc is in quad. It's in a stereo jacket, $24.99. I don't know if that was intentional at the factory or maybe it happened later in time. The Travel Agency. That's a 1968 Indianapolis pressing, super clean, $69.99. That looks like an interesting record. The Traveling Agency, $69.99. American Graffiti soundtrack, sealed. Wow, $29.99. The American Graffiti soundtrack, sealed, $29.99. Also, Narvel Felts this time. Narvel Felts is $9.99. Here, Paul Evans, In Your Home Tonight. Also sealed, a 1961 mono, $14.99. Better Days, this is Paul Butterfield. Better Dave with the original insert, $24.99. And another Magpie Salute, High Water 2, that is $21.99. $21.99. Did you see a stack of Japanese pressings over here? It had the band. Did we move those? That was some of my next auctions for tonight. It was the band. They were there. This, I don't know. Okay, I'll look for those in a minute. Maybe Seth can find them for us. Seth? Dennis Jackson on Narvel Felts. That is sold to Dennis Jackson. And Michael Knapp's in on Pink Floyd at $65. Chris B. Jack wants the American Graffiti soundtrack. So here's what's next on the auction block. Or here's what's next. Here's what's left in this bin. Then I'm going to go through our next crate. This is Ron Piston's Real World, Fungus Brains. Also Houston Pearson's Houston Express. Device, Sammy Hall. The Firm was sealed. Cat Mother. Rolling Stones, Hot Rocks, Fool's Gold, The Kinks, Sammy Hall, The Miracles, Son of a Gut Bucket, that was a compilation. Peter Frampton was a sealed remaster. Hollies is sealed, so is Tom Petty. The Trouble, Magpie Salute, Ronnie Earl, Fleetwood Mac Rumors. We have N10 City, Witch Hunt, Mandrake Memorial, Billy Joe, The Travel Agency, Paul Evans, Paul Butterfield, and another Magpie Salute. Michael Knapp is in on the Pink Floyd Blue Vinyl, 1994. Pink Floyd Over London, $65, going twice, going three times, going twice, going three times. Let's go ahead and go through the other bin of new vinyl that's on sale. That way I can go ahead and condense those, and then we'll do a big recap. Plus, I got a whole crate of new vinyl over here in our custom bins of stuff that is still left over from weeks past. A whole crate full of new vinyl on sale. I can't believe it. First, though, this is $29.99. This is the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, Volume 3, A Child's Guide to Good and Evil. That's on Music on Vinyl, $29.99. Also, Prince, The Hits. Prince, The Hits, that's $29.99. $10 off on that. That's Prince, The Hits, Volume 1, $29.99. Whiplash. Whiplash is Ticket to Mayhem, limited edition of 1,000 on Swamp Green colored vinyl. Whiplash is $34.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step, $29.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step, $29.99. That's a Music on Vinyl remaster. Wow, on sale. Next comment is Duran Duran on colored vinyl. It is on colored vinyl. Yes, we have that up in the group for pre-order. Edward Star Wars wants the Billy Joe quad record from the last crate. That was Billy Joe Street Life Serenade. Quad pressing in a stereo jacket. That's sold to Edward Star Wars. Scott Sneed wants the Magpie Salute 2. That's also from the previous bin. That is sold to Scott Sneed. Danzig Black. I don't know if it got pushed back or just hadn't shipped yet. To my knowledge, though, we haven't got it. So not for sure on that one. Rydell Martin wants Prince, The Hits. That's sold to Rydell Martin. Fred Carnell was second. And George Ellis gets Stevie Ray Vaughan. Let's go ahead and sell this to Michael Knapp for $65 before I forget about it. And these should sell out. First time ever I've discounted these. Songs from the Big Chair, Tears for Fears. $10 off. Now just $29.99. $29.99. I've got another unofficial. This is Van Halen live at the Superdome, Tokyo, February 1st, 1989 on red vinyl. This is sealed for a $45 start. Van Halen live at the Superdome, Tokyo, February 1st, 1989. That's on red vinyl. That is sealed for a $45 start. $45 start on that. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, sealed $29.99. Songs from the Big Chair, sealed $29.99. Also, I found a pocket of metal in the back last night. I got some metal LPs in the back from last night, and they're pretty cool. I found a bunch more picture disc and die cut records. Found a bunch of more picture disc and die cut records. Here's the records I was looking for. Seth's hid them over here in this crate, it looks like. Thank you, Seth, for letting me know. But yeah, we found some more cool metal picture disc and those really cool die cut. I'll show you some of them in just a second so you can have a preview for Thursday night. But Thursday night's going to be metal. Well, I'm going to call it metal auction night because I don't want everybody to think we're going to have 900 metal records for a buy it now. As I said before, that would be impossible unless we prepared like 3 weeks for it and bought a bunch more collections. But we're really just going to have metal for auction, and we're going to be doing stuff like this, just like any time before. So next we have up at the top, we pulled Stevie Ray Vaughan, Tears for Fears, sold to Evan Christopher Morris on Tears for Fears. We have Thomas O'Brien, $45. And we have Van Halen 47, Van Halen 47. Colin Butler wants the West Coast Pop album. Van Halen 55. We have Van Halen 60, Van Halen 62, Van Halen 70. Let's make a note for Dennis Jackson to get Muscle White. Dennis, I saw that you've asked about that 3 times, and the reason I haven't answered is because I don't know if we have it or not. If you do want it, say, I'll take the Charles Muscle White if you still have it. Then I'll start looking for it. But I don't know if I actually still have it. But if you want it for sure, I'll take the time to go look for it because that's going to be a hard find. There's no telling where it is. There is no telling. But if you want it, I'll pull it for you. This is Van Halen live. It's a red vinyl unofficial, and this is from the Superdome, Tokyo, Japan, 1989. Superdome, Tokyo, Japan, 1989 at the Superdome. That's on red vinyl, and that is sealed for $72. Also, someone asked, do you have any Chris Stapleton Funkos? I have, let me look, I'm looking. I have sold the last Chris Stapleton Funko. I used to have a bunch of them. I have one left. I see it. I have one Chris Stapleton Funko left. $14.99. And did you get Trick or Treat? We had about 22 pre-orders on Trick or Treat, and we got 17 copies. So it depends on where you was at, or we got 15 copies. So not everybody got one, but we're expecting more this week. Dennis Jackson said he'll take Charles Musselwhite, and he said he'll take the Funko. So this is sold to G. Michael. Put down Dennis Jackson for Charles Musselwhite, Tennessee Woman. I will have to try to find that. Now, Dennis, no guarantee when I'll find that or if I have it. It could be this week. I could find it next month. Van Halen is a final call. Calvin Ward has that for $72. $72. Trick or Treat with Fastway, yes. Well, there was a pre-order up for that in our group, and I didn't get all of them in, so not everybody got one. Could I get more? There's a good chance they'll come this week, but that was a very limited edition. Do you buy Funkos? Yes, we buy everything. We buy records, in case people didn't realize that. But yes, we buy Funkos, toys, records, comics, knives, coins, silver, gold. We'll buy your car and your house if you want to sell it at the right price. Prince, $19.99 is $24.99. This is a 2LP remaster. Prince, $24.99. Van Halen's at $73, now $75. Talking Heads is on sale for $22.99. Only copy I have of that. Prince, and we have Smashing Pumpkins, $59.99. I tried to get on there and match the Amazon price, which is $59.99. That's Siamese Dream 2LP for Smashing Pumpkins, $59.99. Slipknot, Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses. This is Slipknot. That's on purple vinyl, $29.99. Slipknot Volume 3, $29.99. If it's just one Funko, I doubt. I mean, if you have a collection, we might can do something through the mail, unless you're local and can drop them off. But I don't know if just one Funko is logistically possible through the mail. Prince, Raven to the Joy Fantastic. That's on purple vinyl. Prince is $24.99. That's on purple vinyl. Prince, $24.99. All right, make sure I didn't miss anything. Van Halen was 72, Van Halen 73, Van Halen 75, Van Halen 78. Micah Santo on Slipknot. Micah, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you contact our page with your email address and your mailing address. Send us a Facebook message with your email address and mailing address. Josie Sinkbell wants Prince, $19.99. That's sold to Josie. Also, we have Slayer, South of Heaven. That's $29.99. Those were $36.99. We have 4 copies of that right there on that one. Be good. Yeah. Paul's brought us another crate. Fantastic. Do I have anything up for auction? Yep, Van Halen's up for auction. John Leal has it for $78. Calvin Ward, you're out. That's a red vinyl unofficial. We have Boz Scaggs, $29.99. Boz Scaggs, that's on blue vinyl, $29.99. That's a Friday Music blue vinyl, $29.99. Boz Scaggs, that's on blue vinyl. Savatage, Handful of Rain, that was $44.99. Now it's $29.99. And Prodigy, The Fat of the Land, $29.99 on Prodigy, The Fat of the Land. Josie Sinkbell wants Prince, $19.99. I've already pulled that. And Michael Grind wants Slayer, South of Heaven. Tom, let's see, we pulled Slayer. Tom Smothen on Savatage. And if anybody's a first-time buyer, make sure you contact our page, email address, and mailing address. John Leal is at 78 on Van Halen unofficial. That's a final call. And we have Prince, Under the Covers. This is a Prince covers album, 2 LP, $22.99. Never mind, you have better things to do. I can't look for the Charles Musselwhite right now. What I'm saying is I'll find it for you, but it's not going to be right now. I will have to look for it later. So anything that you ever see in a previous sale, I really encourage people, if you see something that night, make sure you can let me know right then, because after these sales are over, we take these records and we condense them. We have hundreds of crates of albums. Customers come in here too. Today there was a customer that evidently come in here and just destroyed all these crates. They're out of order. There's records mixed up everywhere. I think people pull stuff out. They make a stack, then they put stuff, and a lot of this is my memory on where stuff's at. But after somebody comes in the store, there's no telling where a record. They might have took it all the way to the back and put it underneath a bin trying to hide it. So you never know. So if you ever see something and you're like, do you have this from last week's sale? I'm like, probably, but it could be a month before we find it. It could be tomorrow. You just never know. So if you ever see anything from a previous sale, just be like, Chad, if you still have this, I want it, because I don't know if we do have it or not, but I will take the time to look for it if you absolutely want it. Craig Thomas on Prince. Cynthia was second. Craig Ruth was third. Let's go ahead and sell the Van Halen to John Leal for $78. Our next auction is Chet Baker. So this is Chet Baker Big Band, 1957 mono. The disc is very clean and plays well. The cover does have some seam splitting. That's a $45 start for Chet Baker. Don't get a lot of his original stuff. Pacific Jazz, that's one of those labels where it's impossible to find. Pacific Jazz, World Pacific, those are tough records to find in high grade, right, Paul? That's very tough to find these in high grade. $45 start. There's some people I've heard that's like waiting for near mint copies of certain jazz and blues albums to appear on Discogs, and they've been waiting for 5 years. No results yet. Some of these are very tough. That's a 1957 mono. The disc is very clean and plays well. The cover has some seam splitting, so we'll call that VG minus, $45 start. Thank you, Paul. Have a good night. Here's what's left in the on-sale new vinyl. Whiplash for any metalheads. Ticket to Mayhem, limited edition 1000 on green vinyl, $34.99. That's Whiplash. Ticket to Mayhem, some thrash metal there. Also, Tears for Fears, Songs for the Big Chair. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, $29.99. Songs from the Big Chair, $29.99. Talking Heads, $22.99. These are all on sale. Smashing Pumpkins is $59.99. Slipknot's $29.99. This Prince is $24.99 purple vinyl. Slayer's $29.99. Boz Scaggs, $29.99. And Prodigy, The Fat of the Land. That was there for a while. I couldn't keep these in stock. There's my last copy, $29.99. Jonathan Greer's at $45 on Chet Atkins. Jared Benoit's on Whiplash. And Jonathan Greer also wants a Talking Head 77. Let's go through some new vintage and pre-owned arrivals. So I said we had 7 crates to go through. And Paul's brought up 2 more. So now we have 9, and we've only been through 3. So that means we still got 6 crates of new vintage arrivals. That's why we don't have a lot of auctions going tonight. We have an extraordinary amount of new vintage arrivals. So we do have some new auctions. I just pulled some more Japanese stuff that these are actually Japanese records that was part of that collection that was traded back into us. So let me go through some of that. But first, let's see what we have here in this crate. I need to step behind the counter and get those other ones as well. So let me step behind here and do that. But first, I'll go ahead and go through this crate. John Duran wants the Prodigy record. Final call on Chet Baker. That's Jonathan Greer's right now for $45. That's Chet Baker Big Band, Pacific Jazz. That's a $45 bid with Jonathan Greer, and we're about to sell it. Let me pull that Prodigy record. Excuse me. I chugged my Diet Mountain Dew too fast. That's so to John Duran. Thank you. But yeah, some of these blues and jazz records, if there was to be a population count, kind of like they do with baseball cards, so you can look up a Mickey Mantle rookie card, and except for the ones that's not graded, you can look up and see how many are in like mint condition through PSA or Beckett or SGC. If we could do that for records, you'd be surprised how many jazz and blues records pretty much don't exist in near mint condition. The better example is comic books. There's some comic books from the 40s and 50s that pretty much don't exist in near mint condition. If we could do that for records, it would be the same way. There's some records that pretty much don't exist in near mint condition. They wouldn't be near mint condition straight out of the factory, just the way they were made and handled. So fine and clean 1950s jazz and blues records, anything we can say clean and nice, pretty low population. Fred Carnell gets Prince, Rave Unto the Joy. That's so to Fred Carnell. New vintage arrivals. I think this is a crate Paul just brought up. Looks like check condition. Wise Blood, Dirt Dish, Wise Blood's VG Plus, $12.99. Kill Dozer. This is Snake Boy, Kill Dozer, VG condition, $14.99. Also, Hate Kills. We got some hardcore records in here. EX condition, $14.99. That's a promo record. This is Hate Kills. It looks like EX, $14.99. Also, Billy Cobham, Magic. That's EX condition, $17.99. Toby Grimm on Kill Dozer. That's sold to Toby Grimm. Let's go ahead and sell this to Jonathan Greer for $45. That's sold to Jonathan Greer. And the Doors is a 68 Allentown pressing, VG condition, $27.99. Original gold label, 68 pressing, $27.99. VG condition. Next up for auction is Chicago. Very cool. This is a Japanese pressing. This is Chicago, no Obi, with an alternate cover here. I think this is the equivalent of Chicago 2, also known as Chicago. So the name of the album is Chicago, but yeah. No, this could just be a compilation. Yeah, The Great Chicago. I think this is a compilation. It's called The Great Chicago, Japanese pressing. It's a single LP, $45 start, gatefold, with a cover that's pretty much unique to Japan. There never was a Chicago record like that released. There's a poster and insert, and that's a $45 start. And yes, this is a Chicago compilation. I was looking at the tracks. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. It's a compilation. $45 start on that. Japanese press. Jonathan Greer gets the Doors. That's so to Jonathan Greer. Also, we have Puji. Looks like a Russian record. It's a 1974 Israel import. VG Plus condition, $14.99. What's it actually called? We're just going to call it Poogie. I can't read the rest of the words there. VG Plus, $14.99. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Damn the Torpedoes. VG condition, $16.99. VG condition, $16.99. George Somers says he'll take Poogie. That's so to George Somers. We have The Seeds, A Web of Sound. The Seeds is a VG condition, $9.99. A 68 club copy. The Seeds album's one of those that, if you could do a population report, very hard to find in high grade. Seeds is a VG, $9.99. Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster, VG Plus condition, $17.99. VG Plus condition, $17.99. Barry Seagrave first to Tom Petty. G. Michael, you were second. Colin Butler first to The Seeds. Cynthia was second. Got Molly Hatchet here. Stanley Clark, Time Exposure, EX on the vinyl, $17.99. Has some writing on it. $17.99. Dennis, you were third on The Seeds. Spirit Alive, Songs of the Healing Spirit by the Monks of Weston Piari. EX, $11.99. Sorry, I've been throwing a couple curveballs early here with some words that don't come out too easy for me. Fatback, So Delicious, VG, $9.99. Nick Brodgeron was fourth on Seeds, and Barry Seagrave on Spirit. I'd be much better at this if I had an hour before the show to rehearse all these titles, but I usually just go with it. Duke, Tomato, and the All-Star Frogs. Not a child. Usually with a Paul crate, too, it would be worthy of some rehearsing. VG Plus, $9.99. Duke, Tomato. Wow, what a name. It also has this merchandise insert with it as well. And the All-Star Frogs. Let me slip that back in there very carefully. And that's VG Plus $9.99. You pulled the wrong Spirit. I did. I pulled Fatback. Sell that to Barry Seagrave. Also, Leo Kottke 12-string blues. VG Plus $39.99. I don't know if I've ever seen that Leo Kottke before. 12-string blues. That's got to be one of his first albums on the Oblivion label. Live at the Scholar Coffee House. VG Plus $39.99. Tom Petty was sold to Barry Seagrave. And Spirit is sold to Barry Seagrave. He got both of those. Cynthia Herndren on Duke and Michael Nath on Leo Kottke. Yeah, Fatback is pretty easy to say. Fatback. And Michael Nath, Michael Nath got Leo Kottke. If anybody wants the Chicago comp, $45 buy it now. We have Ultimate Spinach. This is Behold and See, VG Plus, $64.99, an Essential Psych record. And this was Paul's copy he traded into us. VG Plus, Ultimate Spinach, Behold and See. VG Plus condition, $64.99. Always asked about. Commodore's Natural High, VG Plus, $9.99. And Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Greatest Hits. That's in VG Plus condition, $22.99. Fred Carnell gets the Chicago compilation for a $45 buy it now. Tanner, that's so to Fred for a $45 buy it now. Duke's Up, another Duke Tomato. Duke Tomato, EX condition, $14.99. And the chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house, just in time. VG Plus, $19.99. The chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house. All right, Jake Boderman first on the Tom Petty, Christopher second, Barry Seagrave third, G.C. Carlton fourth, Sandra fifth, Nick sixth, Cynthia first on the Haunted House, Colin second, Toby Graham third. The Doors, Absolutely Live, VG Plus $26.99. What a nice jacket. What a nice jacket. No ring wear. I think that's the first time ever I've seen a vintage copy of that with no ring wear. Wow. Absolutely Live. The vinyl's VG Plus, $26.99. That makes no sense for the vinyl to be VG Plus, and the cover is literally like new. VG Plus, $26.99. Star Wars, this is a EX condition, $31.99, with insert, no poster. The original Star Wars soundtrack, EX, $31.99. The Doors is VG Plus condition, $26.99. Rush, All the World's a Stage. Rush is a club copy, 2LP Live Rush, EX condition, $36.99. And Superman the Movie is EX, $22.99 with the original order form, original inner sleeves as well. Superman, EX, $22.99. A tomato, the red vegetable, that's a tomato. How much for the Doors? This is the Doors. I already answered that. Jetstream. And Sandra says she'll take it. So the Doors is sold to Sandra. Jetstream was second. And Jonathan Greer first on Star Wars. And we have Jetstream first on Rush. Superman still available. Also, nobody gets on the guest list. The Throbbing Lobster compilation. A punk compilation. VG Plus, $17.99. Def Leppard, Pyromania. A VG copy, $22.99. Christine soundtrack. Wow. VG Plus $29.99, the Christine soundtrack. It is a cutout, VG Plus $29.99, George Thorogood, Little Richard, Buddy Holly, Houston Harris, etc., etc. Also, Raiders of the Lost Ark, original motion picture soundtrack, VG Plus $29.99. Some classic soundtracks in here. Indiana Jones. Matthew, you were second on Rush, and Molly Hatchet, No Guts, No Glory, VG Plus $14.99. Mark Lent wants the Throbbing Lobster compilation. John Duran gets the Christine soundtrack, and Rich Shockley gets the Raiders soundtrack. Those are all sold. The Grateful Dead, the best of the Grateful Dead, Skeletons from the Closet, VG Plus condition, $34.99. $34.99. Matthew Krause wants the Def Leppard. That is sold to Matthew Krause. Barry Seagrave got Molly Hatchet, and Jason Kane, you were second on that one. Lucifer's Friend, Good Time Warrior. Lucifer's Friend is a white label promo, EX condition, $14.99. Steve Wild, you were second on the Christine soundtrack. The Byrne Sisters, Endangered Species, a 1989 US comp, gold stamp promo, EX on the vinyl, $17.99. Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline, VG on the vinyl, $12.99. This is a 69 Pittman press on the original label, Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. All right, our next Japanese press is the Band Anthology. This is the band's greatest hits. It's a near mint Japanese pressing, gatefold with the insert. This is the Band Anthology, and this is a $45 start. The Band Anthology, $45 start. The Band Anthology. That's a 2LP greatest hits from the band. First track is The Wait. Classic. $45 start on the Band Anthology, Japanese pressing. Next is Barry Seagrave on Bob Dylan. That's sold to Barry Seagrave. That's sold to the Bob Dylan is. Halloween Horrors, VG Plus, $19.99. Halloween Horrors, VG Plus, $19.99. Very cool cover there. Very cool vintage Halloween record. Big Brother and the Holding Company, Janis Joplin. VG condition, $14.99. Original label, gatefold, $14.99. Colin Butler on the Halloween Horrors. That's sold to Colin Butler. And we have VG Plus, $14.99 for Red Pepper Hot. Another Duke Tomato and the All-Star Frogs. VG Plus, $14.99. Jonathan Greer on the Janis Joplin. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Also, the Outdoor Cabarets, 1980. VG Plus, $9.99. VG Plus, $9.99. Leslie, you were second on Cheap Thrills. The band's now a final call for $45. Japanese compilation of the great music by the band. BJ Family Album. BJ Family Album. This is a promo sampler. VG Plus, $14.99. BJ Family Album. VG Plus, $14.99. John Stevens wants the Outdoor Cabarets 1980. That's sold to John Stevens. Next is the Merle Travis Story. EX condition, $16.99 on the Merle Travis Story. 2LP compilation. It all comes back. Paul Butterfield's Better Days. EX, $21.99. Rush, $21.12. VG Plus condition, $27.99. Rush, $21.12. VG Plus condition, $27.99. The Rolling Stones, Goathead Soup. This is a 1973 Shelley press with the original inner sleeve and insert, $47.99. Very nice. Very nice. That's the Goathead Soup. That has the original inner sleeve right there, and it has the Goathead Soup insert. VG Plus. EX edition, $47.99. Barry Seagrave, first on the Rush, $21.12. Next is Robert Johnson on PB. Paul Butterfield, G.C. Carlton was second on Rush. Let's go ahead and sell the band, $45, and that is only one bid, very surprisingly, to Corey Gaston, $45. Jelly Bean, VG Plus, $17.99. Jelly Bean, I don't know how to say that. Jelly Bean, VG Plus, $17.99. What a something. The Ramones, End of a Century, a 1980 Winchester press, VG Plus on the vinyl, $34.99. Looks like a VG/VG Plus cover. The Ramones, also Billy Joel the Stranger, VG Plus, $14.99. And the Jacksons, Victory, VG Plus, $16.99. One more, Fleetwood Mac Penguin, VG Plus, $19.99 on Fleetwood Mac Penguin. Our next auction is going to be the American Graffiti soundtrack. We've had this record before. An amazing soundtrack, an amazing compilation of 50s and 60s rock and roll and pop. $35 start. It's pristine with the inserts. $35 start on the American Graffiti soundtrack. Evan was first on the Billy Joel. Jake was second. And Barry Seagrave first on Fleetwood Mac. Ken was second. The Goathead Soup. The Goathead Soup is in EX condition. It's an original 73 Shelley press. It has the original inner sleeve and insert. Of course, it's a gatefold, and that's $47.99. Jetstream, if you don't want it, Bit and Bragg does. Speaking of Bit and Bragg, can we make a sticky note, please, Tanner, for Goat Head Soup? Goat Head Soup, or excuse me, Bit and Bragg, Rolling Stone COA. Rolling Stone Certificate of Authenticity. Benton, I've got to draft that for you. This is sold Rolling Stone's Goat Head Soup. That is sold to Jetstream. He said he'll take it. So, Benton, you were second on that. Quick recap of this bin. Wise Blood, Dirt Dish, Hate Kills, Billy Cobham Magic, Molly Hatchet Flirting with Disaster, Stanley Clark Time Exposure, Fatback So Delicious, Ultimate Spinach, Behold and See, Commodore's Natural High, Duke's Up, Duke Tomato, Superman Soundtrack, The Best of the Grateful Dead, Lucifer's Friend. We have the Burn Sisters. This was the Red Pepper Hot. That was another Duke Tomato. The BJ Family Album, Merle Travis Story, Jelly Bean, the Ramones, and the Jacksons. Doug says, did I miss anything? Doug, we just need you back here as soon as possible, packaging these orders before people come and start trying to shoot me. We'll be glad to have Doug back from vacation. Okay, let's go through our next bin of new vintage arrivals. Let me go through. Let's see what I have here. I want to go get these ones behind the counter too before I forget about them. And we got a lot more to go through. Hope everybody's ready. Looking for a $35 start on the American Graffiti soundtrack. $35 start. Seth, would you like to bid? Seth said he might be interested in bidding. So we'll see if he has a bid that comes in. Let's go through this crate here. Let me grab this right here. See what's going on. Alrighty. All right. GC Carlton wants on the waiting list for Trick or Treat. Terry's at 35 on American Graffiti. Let's go through this crate here. That's stuff from the last time I didn't go through. Plus, I want to remind everybody on the main Collectco page, we're doing a giveaway for this box set. It's a $300 box set. You have to like our page, share the post, like the post, and comment a friend. Tag a friend in the comments. If you've done all that, you will be entered to win. All right, next, let's go through some stuff that will be auctioned Thursday. I found some more stuff in the back from that metal collection we purchased. Take a look at some of this stuff. This will all be auctioned Thursday. Wasp picture disc, Iron Maiden picture disc, Iron Maiden picture disc, Iron Maiden picture disc. Some of these I've never seen nor had. Wasp picture disc. Who is this? Y&T picture disc. That one's really cool. Another Wasp picture disc. A Twisted Sister picture disc. These are all going to be auctioned Thursday. Also Tesla. What do we have here? Iron Maiden. These are the singles and the picture disc. That's how the guy packaged. This is how he collected them. He had the 12-inch single and then he had the picture disc and he'd put them in the same jacket. There's another Iron Maiden picture disc. That one's really cool. We got both the picture disc and the single. There's the picture disc and single. There's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. There's the picture disc and the vinyl. I think this goes with one of those singles. I'll have to match it up, but that's a poster. That's a banner. It's like a vinyl banner. I think that goes with one of those. Let's see. Creeping Death. Master of Puppets. White Label Promo. Lizzie Borden. There's another picture disc. There's another Wasp picture disc. There's another Iron Maiden. King Diamond. Rat 12-inch single promo. Ted Nugent. Megadeth Hook and Mouth. There's a Motley Crue Girls, Girls, Girls. Ted Nugent Penetrator, Accept, Balls to the Walls. Great White. That doesn't belong in there, but that's a sealed gold and platinum compilation. And another Megadeth 7-inch single. Those will all be auctioned Thursday night. Every one of those, except maybe a couple. Those will all be auctioned Thursday night. So I hope you're ready for that batch. That will be some great stuff. That's just part of it we found. So when we get back from these buys, there's so much stuff back there, we really don't know where it all goes, and we have to find it later, and that's what happens. So, all right. So let's go through this next bin of new vintage arrivals. First, Terry Schneider gets the American Graffiti for $35. $35 on that. The Jelly Bean Genie was a VG Plus $17.99. The Jelly Bean, let me make sure on that. Yeah, Jelly Bean VG Plus $17.99. All right, next is Walk This Way, Run DMC. This is a 1986 US pressing $25 start. $25 start. This is the Walk This Way, Run DMC 12-inch single. $25 start. How much were the Duke Tomatoes? Let me look on those right quick. There's Jelly Bean. There's the Ramones and the other Duke Tomatoes. There was one. There was two other ones. And somebody just asked about Sound Superman. Let's see. Brad, yes, I think my mom and Paul both told me about that. Thank you, and I'll make sure Tanner's aware of that too. Okay, this Duke Tomato Red Pepper Hot, VG Plus $14.99, does have some top seam splitting. VG Plus $24.99. Also, Superman the movie, EX on the vinyl, not bad whatsoever. Also, not a bad jacket for a black cover. That usually shows heavy wear, and it has the merchandise or the insert form with it as well. EX condition $22.99, and then George, the other Duke Tomato, was EX condition. No condition notes on the jacket. EX condition on the vinyl, $14.99. Jeannie Pinnell says she'll take the Jelly Bean. Let's sell that to Jeannie Pinnell. Jelly Bean, Jelly Bean. That's sold to Jeannie Pinnell. Scott Fish is at $25 on Run DMC. All right, let's go through this crate of new vintage arrivals. There could be anything in here. Joe Cocker is an original 1969 Monarch press. Very nice, with a little help from my friends, $34.99. There was a third one. I thought one already sold. Did you claim? I thought I already sold one of them to you. Ultimate Spinach. That was the only two left. Somebody bought one. I think we sold one. I think we sold one. Pretty sure we sold one. Ron Christie says, I'll take the Superman. I guess it wasn't you, but somebody bought one of them. I remember saying sold on the Duke Tomato. By the way, Scott Fish is at $25 on this. Joe Cocker's debut album, great stuff there. An original 69 press, $34.99. Petula Clark, This Is My Song. That's a compilation which has Downtown on it. $9.99 for Petula Clark. This Is My Song. Also, Dennis Yost and the Classic 4. $14.99 for Dennis Yost and the Classic 4. That's on the Imperial label in shrink wrap. $14.99. Clapton, Backtracking. This is 22 tracks spanning the career of a rock legend. $39.99. $39.99. This is an Eric Clapton 2LP Clapton Backtracking. $39.99. $39.99. Final call on the Run DMC for $25. Final call on that for $25. And History of Eric Clapton, that is $34.99. History of Eric Clapton, back-to-back Clapton. This one's the History of Clapton, $34.99. $34.99. George, I'm going to keep everything right now sticker price, but if you're on later tonight, I'm going to try to do a big recap of everything, and we'll see what's left. But right now, I'm going to keep everything sticker price. I hope you understand. Our next auction is going to be a near mint and pristine Allman Brothers Idlewild South. Before we auction that, let's go ahead and sell this to Scott Fish for $25. Let's sell that to Scott Fish for $25. And the Allman Brothers Idlewild South. The vinyl's near mint and pristine. This does not have any obi with it. It does have the Japanese insert. Very nice Allman Brothers album for one that doesn't turn up too often. $25 start, and that is a Japanese pressing. Michael Nath was first to the Clapton, and he does want this one. I'm also assuming that's the one Fred Carnell wanted, and if anybody else wants that one, it's still available, Fred or anybody else's. The very best of the Classic 4. Very best of Classics 4 is $14.99. The best of Merle Haggard. I've never noticed that. I've always said just the best of Merle Haggard. It actually says the best of Merle Haggard. $14.99 for the best of Merle Haggard. Foghat Stone Blue. Foghat is $14.99. Also, Peter Frampton, I'm In You, in shrink wrap and hop sticker, $22.99. Peter Frampton, I'm In You, $22.99. Christopher Morris, first on Merle Haggard. Kevin Hughes is second. Mark Lentz at $25 on Idlewild South. The J. Giles Band, Sanctuary. Very clean looking copy of this, $19.99. Leslie, you were third on Merle Haggard. We do have a bid on the Allman Brothers. Nick Gilder, City Nights, $9.99. Nick Gilder, City Nights. The best of Arlo Guthrie. The best of Arlo Guthrie, $19.99. The best of Arlo Guthrie. Has a promo stamp, but not a promo copy. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. A nice copy, surprisingly. Usually these are beat. They're usually beat. This is where it was a glossy cover, and they show a lot of wear usually. $22.99. That's George Harrison, Living in the Material World, one of his solo albums. Joe Cocker was $34.99. OG Press, Extremely Clean. Christopher Morris on Arlo Guthrie. That's sold to Christopher Morris. And Heat Wave, Central Heating, $14.99. Also, no condition notes on the Joe Cocker. Actually, a very nice jacket. Look, there's Jimmy Page and Steve Winwood. With a little help from my friends, Joe Cocker. He had, of course, had a lot of great session musicians on his albums, especially his first two. $34.99. $34.99. The Hollies' Greatest Hits, $19.99. Bus Stop, Look Through Any Window, Long Cold Woman in a Black Dress, $19.99. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. This is not on blue vinyl, unfortunately, no. Foghat Stone Blue is on black vinyl. Hadn't seen a blue vinyl in quite some time. Mark Lent, the one and only bidder on Allman Brothers, $25. That's sold to Mark Lent, $25. We have Sissy Houston, Think It Over. Is that what that says? Sissy Houston, Think It Over, $9.99. Whitney Houston, How Will I Know? Whitney Houston is a 12-inch single promo, $19.99. Whitney Houston, promo, 12-inch single, $19.99. Intruder Super Hits, The Intruders is $24.99. Also, The Beatles Youngblood, $39.99. This is a vintage Beatles, The Beatles Youngblood, $39.99. The Beatles Youngblood. Firefall Elon, $12.99 on that. The Firefall Elon. Fleetwood Mac Bare Trees, $24.99. Fleetwood Mac Bare Trees, $24.99. Also, Isaac Hayes Groovathon. Isaac Hayes is $24.99. Groovathon, Isaac Hayes. Billboard Top Hits of 1962, $9.99. Linda Ronstadt, Simple Dreams, that's $9.99. Judas Priest, Screaming for Revenge, $36.99 for Judas Priest. Original under sleeve, no condition notes on the vinyl, $36.99 for Judas Priest, Screaming for Revenge. Eric Clapton at his best. Eric Clapton is $34.99. Eric Clapton at his best. That's a 2LP Eric Clapton compilation. The reason I set this aside because I was going to try to figure out what it is. And I know I've had it before. Looks like the Beatles. It's definitely a German pressing. Live, I'm pretty sure. BBC Radio 62 and 63. I know it's an unofficial, I'm pretty sure. The Beatles Youngblood, $39.99. Definitely an early shot of them there. Ringo still had that early Beatles logo. And of course, there's somebody wanting John Lennon to, or no, they're trying to get John to sign something there, only for it to be worth $10,000 years later. George Somers wants Screaming for a Vengeance. John Duran wants the Billboard Hits of 62. Corey Gaston got Linda Ronstadt. And Barry Seagrave on Fleetwood Mac. Here's what's left in this bin here. I got another Japanese pressing right over here. We have Eagles, The Long Run. This is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing with Obi. Beautiful cover compared to the way you normally see them here in the United States. They're usually completely worn out, and this is a Japanese pressing that has been extremely well cared for. The vinyl's near mint. The cover, Obi, has all the inserts. That's a $35 start. Jetstream says he'll take the Joe Cocker. I did not see that. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. But this is sold to Jetstream. And I don't think I missed anything else. Okay, here's what's left. Petula Clark, This Is My Song. Classic 4, Dennis Yost and the Classic 4. The History of Eric Clapton, which is another great compilation. The Best of the Classic 4, Peter Frampton, Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker. Jay Giles, Nick Gilder, George Harrison, Heat Wave, Central Heating, The Hollies' Greatest Hits. I recommend that. Love their music. Foghat Stone Blue, Sissy Houston, Whitney Houston, Intruder Super Hits, Firefall, Isaac Hayes, Eric Clapton, another Eric Clapton comp. Judas Priest is already sold, and then there's the Beatles Youngblood. The Beatles Youngblood. Let's go through another crate. Let's go through a crate here that Paul has marked for us for tonight. Looking for a $35 start on that mint copy of the Eagles, The Long Run. Going through a lot of crates tonight. I think by the time we're done, we're going to go through at least 9 or 10 crates of new vintage stuff, and we're on a record pace. It's only 9 o'clock. That's because we don't have too many auctions set aside for tonight. So next is Miley Cyrus Breakout. Wow, gold with black splatter, $49.99. This is something that definitely hadn't been in print in a long time. This is from 2021. It's a repress from 2008. Miley Cyrus Breakout Gold and Black Splatter Vinyl, $49.99. Jeff Rice wants the classics. I'm pretty sure he wants the classics 4. I'm assuming you want the best of the classics 4, right? Which has Spooky and Stormy. And let me find that right here. What happened to it? That was early in the crate for sure. Boom, boom. And the very best of the classics. Classics 4. Yeah, Spooky and Traces and Stormy. Some of their hit songs on there. That is sold to, that's sold to, that is sold to, where did I just see that? Jeff Rice. Okay, Eagles is a $35 start on that. We have Susie and the Banshees. This is a 1984 U.S. press, $49.99. Susie and the Banshees. This is Juju, $49.99. $49.99. Muddy Waters sings Bill Big Brunsey. The songs of Bill Big Brunsey, $36.99, 1986 U.S. pressing in shrink wrap. And Craig Thomas wants Susie and the Banshees. Edward Star Wars was second on that. Fred Carnell third. What do we have here? Waves, an anthology of new music, Volume 1, January 1979, $24.99 on blue vinyl. Waves, $24.99. Interesting. Looks like possibly a new wave compilation. An anthology of new music, Volume 1, January 1979. The Butt, performed by EU, a Spike Lee joint, School Days, 12-inch single, $14.99. $14.99. Genesis Invisible Touch. This is a sealed club copy, an original sealed club copy, $29.99. Very cool. An original sealed club copy. The Muddy Waters Ear. This is the original Chess Masters, so that makes that from 1986. 1986, and that's a 1986 U.S. press, $36.99. Scott Fish wants The Butt. That is sold to Scott Fish. That didn't sound quite right, but we figured out what's going on there. Pink is a 2007 U.S. press, $39.99. You got to be careful some of these titles. Michael Nath wants Muddy Waters. That's sold to Michael Nath. And U2, The Unforgettable Fire, $34.99. That's got the original inner sleeve with it, $34.99. Very good album. One of my favorites. Craig Ruth on Pink. That's sold to Craig Ruth. And Kate Bush Lionheart, an original 1978 UK pressing, Kate Bush Lionheart, $24.99. Kate Bush Lionheart, $24.99. This is Obnox Louder Space. Obnox Louder Space, sealed, $14.99. If anybody wants the Eagles, it's a $35 buy it now. No bid on the Eagles Japanese pressing of the Long Run. Super nice copy. If anybody wants in on that, it's a $35 buy it now. Edward Star Wars wants Kate Bush. Roger Ramjet was second. Also, Sights and Sounds of Church Street Nation, sealed, $9.99. Sights and Sounds. Power Company, Eric Burden. Power Company is a 1984 UK import, $24.99 for Power Company. Easy Rider soundtrack. This is sealed on colored vinyl, $34.99. It's either clear or blue and orange split. Either way, it's colored vinyl, a sealed. I don't know if I've ever seen a new sealed copy of the Easy Rider soundtrack. Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper, $34.99 on that. Tom Rush, New Year. Tom Rush is also sealed, $12.99. Streetlight Manifesto, Everything Goes Numb. Streetlight Manifesto, $99.99. A pimento, is that what that says? Repress, maybe colored. Pimento. I'm thinking like pimento cheese, but I think that's a different word there. I can't quite make it out. Maybe it is. $99.99, sealed. And Easy Rider sold to Michael Nath. Alden Dye, you were second. Linda Hargrove, Music is Your Mistress. Music is Your Mistress. That is $9.99. Hip Link Chain, Change My Blues. Hip Link Chain, Change My Blues. That is sealed, $24.99. $24.99. Blues Imperials, $14.99. And we have War is the Force That, well, it's got a long title. This is $24.99, a 2011 German import. This is it's a split LP. One is Thou and Cower. Cower and Thou, split LP, $24.99. Sean says, holy coly, Moki. You know what I mean. Sean says, holy moly on the Streetlight Manifesto. Sean, still waiting for you to hit that Powerball. Just let me know when you do. T-Pad Songs, Volume 2. T-Pad Songs, Volume 2. This is a stash compilation, $24.99. I'm hungry too all of a sudden. Pimento cheese, that reminds me of the Masters. Pat Travers, $19.99. Pat Travers, self-titled, red Polydor label, $19.99 on Pat Travers. Also, Backtracking, Them, featuring Van Morrison, lead singer Van Morrison, $22.99. That's Backtracking. That was with his group, Them. Not technically Van Morrison, but he's in the band, $22.99, lead singer of Them. This is Chemical, 1996 UK psych record, $24.99. Chemical, 1996 UK psych record, $24.99 for Chemical. Duke. Now, I was saying tomato, okay? Somebody said earlier that's pronounced tomato. So if that's right, I'll keep saying tomato. But obviously, when I first looked at it, I wanted to say tomato, which I feel like most people would. But evidently, I'm being informed that it's called tomato. And that is $14.99. That's produced by John Fogerty. $14.99. There's another one. Cynthia Herdron wants Chemical. We have The Heart of Rock. Looks like a pretty cool compilation here. This is $14.99. This has Bruce Springsteen, Robert Palmer, Grateful Dead, Touch of Grey, Bruce Hornsby, Richard Marx, Starship, Billy Joe, Europe, The Final Countdown. That is $14.99. Tomato. Bruce Tomato. Okay, so it's not tomato, it's tomato. Not tomato, though. Okay. We have Six Flags presents hits from the Great Rock and Roll Time Machine. Six Flags. That is $14.99. Six Flags, $14.99. There's another comp, but Leslie was first to this comp. That is sold to Leslie Holt. Also, the new Blue Bloods, the next generation of Chicago Blues. The new Blue Bloods, $14.99 on that. And Dr. Boogie presents rarities from the Bob White Vaults. That's sealed for $29.99, a 2008 Belgium import. East West, the Butterfield Blues Band. This is $24.99 in shrink wrap. Paul has a note. Excellent title track. East West, $24.99. Walking Blues. Okay, Michael Nath on the Blue Bloods. That's sold to Michael Nath. Last two records in here was Eric Burden, Last Drive, $24.99. That's a wild cover. Eric Burden, Last Drive, a 1980 German pressing, $24.99. And the Stompers, $11.99. The Stompers, $11.99. Our next Japanese auction is going to be John Denver Gold Deluxe. John Denver Gold Deluxe is a 2 LP Japanese compilation of the best of John Denver. Another $35 start. It is near mint and pristine. This is John Denver Gold Deluxe. $35 start. Both LPs are near mint and pristine. Extremely nice. $35 start on that. Dennis Jackson first on the East-West band. And it looks like Eric Burden is sold to Edward Star Wars. So Dennis Jackson on East-West. Edward on Eric Burden, I believe. Sherry Darnell wants Backtracking from Them. I had a feeling if Sherry was watching, she would grab that. And then we have Wave Comp Details and Band. Sure thing. That was right here. Let's go back through what's left in this crate. And that was early in the crate, wasn't it? Yeah. So we have, this is called Waves, an anthology of new music, Volume 1, January 79. It's on blue vinyl, $24.99. Tommy Rock, 2020, The Human Switchboard, The Flash Cubes, Permanent Wave, The Last, Paul Collins, The Marshalls, JJ 180, The Invaders, The Romantics, and Blitzkrieg Bop. That's the actual name of the artist, $24.99, blue vinyl. Let's see. Johnny Williams says he'll take Yes singles and the Crosby, Stills, and Nash greatest hits on color vinyl if he still have them. I know I have Yes singles left, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash greatest hits is right here. Right here, and this is sold to Johnny Williams. Crosby, Stills, and Nash greatest hits on vaporous clear vinyl. If anybody else wants one, they're $39.99. First time ever on vinyl, Crosby, Stills, and Nash greatest hits. Not Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, just Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And we'll have to find him a Yes singles, which is, it's somewhere in one of these bins. Yeah, we'll find it though. I know we got several left. Okay. Miley Cyrus, Breakout, $49.99. We also had a sealed copy of Genesis Invisible Touch. U2, Unforgettable Fire. Obnox, Louder Space. Bright Lights, Church Street Station. Power Company, Eric Burden. Tom Rush, New Year. Streetlight Manifesto. Linda Hargrove, Hip, Link Chain. Also Blues Imperials. That was the Cower, Cower, and Thou Split LP, $24.99. T-Pad Songs, that was from Stash. Pat Travers, Duke Tomato, Six Flags, I got to slow down on that one. Bob White, The Stompers, and the Waves Anthology. Okay, details on Streetlights. That was the Sights and Sounds Church Streetlight Station. Sealed, $9.99. Sealed, $9.99. Final call if you want to get a bid in on John Denver before I make that a buy it now. Let me go through another crate of new vintage arrivals. I got 3 more crates of new vintage arrivals that have not ever been gone through or shown before, and we're going to do this one right here, right now. I got these 2, and I got another one behind the counter. All right, and so he got the last one. Okay, we'll make a note to order more. So Johnny, you get the last Yes singles. That's so did Johnny. I definitely need to order more of those. I've been hyping that one up. And details on Streetlight Manifesto. Did I not give you the right record? Oh, there was Church Street. Oh, I put Street Station, didn't I? You want the Streetlight Manifesto. Got it. This is Streetlight Manifesto. Everything Goes Numb. It is sealed, $99.99. It's a penmitimo. Still don't know if I'm reading this or am I just overlooking an obvious word here. Repress. Maybe colored vinyl. Maybe colored vinyl. Let me see if I can find that written somewhere else on the cover. I don't see that word anywhere else. Oh, here it is. Pentamento. Pentamento. There we go. I made not to dash Paul's writing or anything, but I can read it a little bit better right there. Pentamento. Extra syllables in there. Not pimento cheese. Totally different thing. Okay. New vintage arrivals. We have Buckingham's Greatest Hits. Kind of a drag. $12.99. The Buckingham's Greatest Hits, $12.99. The year is no year. There's no year on the jacket. There's no year on the spine or front. And there's no barcode. So a pimento repress, maybe on colored vinyl. Sealed, $99.99. So that's all the details that I can give you on that one. Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert, $34.99. We had one last week autographed by Steve Winwood. That's a very clean copy of that. Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert. That is Jacqueline Kennedy, $12.99. Portrait of a Violent Lady. That's a record about Jacqueline Kennedy. I also think it has some spoken word on there. $12.99. Of course, JFK's wife. Derek and the Dominoes in Concert has a promo sticker, a 1975 pressing, $34.99. Derek and the Dominoes, $34.99. Derek and the Dominoes. Paul says it's impossible to figure out what that is without opening. There are 3 versions. They'll have the exact same cover of no barcode. That makes it tough. Sealed records sometimes are a challenge. There's the information. Henry's Choice wants DD. That's Derek and the Dominoes. Sell that to Henry's Choice. Brewer and Shipley, Tarkio. This has their hit song, One Toke Over the Line. Brewer and Shipley is $19.99. One Toke Over the Line. Boz Scaggs Middleman, $19.99 for Boz Scaggs Middleman. A very clean copy. Boz Scaggs is $19.99. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. Jethro Tull is $24.99 for Thick as a Brick. Feets Don't Fail Me Now, Little Feet. Little Feet. I've never noticed George Washington's in the car there. Who is that? George Washington and Marilyn Monroe. $19.99, Little Feet. Feets Don't Fail Me Now. The Best of Leon Russell. The Best of Leon Russell. That is $19.99 for The Best of Leon Russell. Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Aerosmith is $24.99 for Toys in the Attic. Aerosmith. Also, The Beginnings, Allman Brothers Band. Beginnings, Allman Brothers Band, $34.99. A 2-in-1 Allman Brothers repackaging on Capricorn Records, $34.99 on that. And To Build a Fire by Jack London, towed by Ugo Topo. That is sealed, $14.99. Chris Bijak, first on the Little Feet. That is sold to Chris B. Jack. We still got an OG Thick as a Brick and an OG Aerosmith in there. Very nice. Jimmy Rogers, Honeycomb, and Kisses Sweeter Than Wine. Jimmy Rogers is $9.99. Journey Frontiers. I just posted the pre-order for the anniversary record of this. This is an OG in the original inner sleeve, $17.99. And the new anniversary of this is coming out with a bonus 7-inch. It's a remaster. I have that up for pre-order in our group. The Best of ZZ Top, $34.99. This is a very clean looking copy, OG. And also this came out on Friday Music on blue vinyl, $34.99. David Polkey wants the Jack London spoken word record. That's sold to David Polkey. And The Bachelors, No Arms Can Ever Hold You. The Bachelors. That's in shrink wrap. That's also on the London label in mono, $9.99. I kind of forgot about John Denver back here. If anybody wants him, he's a $35 buy now. That's called John Denver Gold Deluxe, which is a 2LP John Denver near mint Japanese compilation. Great track listing too. $35 buy now. Willow the Wisp, Leon Russell, $19.99. And another Little Feat. This is the last record album. Little Feat, $19.99. Has the original Warner Brothers inner sleeve and on the original Warner Brothers Oasis label. The Aerosmith, by all means, it certainly looks like an older, if not first pressing. This is Toys in the Attic. And it looks like a Terre Haute press. And it's kind of hard to tell without doing further research, but that's probably pretty close to the OG pressing of that. It definitely doesn't have a barcode, so probably from around the 75 era, $24.99 on that. Chris B. Jack gets Little Feat, and the Brewer and Shipley was $19.99. Brewer and Shipley, that was Tarkio. One toke over the line, $19.99. Brewer and Shipley. Jetstream says he'll take Toys from the Attic. Jethro Tull Aqualung, Gatefold, $19.99 for Jethro Tull Aqualung. That's the original Green Chrysalis label, Gatefold pressing. Textured cover, a classic, $19.99. Christopher Morris says he'll take Brewer and Shipley. Also, Boz Scaggs, Down to Then Left. Boz Scaggs is $19.99. Down to Then Left, Boz Scaggs, $19.99. Boz Scaggs, JoJo, double-sided smash hit, Look What You've Done to Me, and JoJo, 12-inch single, $9.99. Leslie Holt says she'll take Journey and scratch her name off the pre-order. So that's sold to Leslie Holt, the Journey Frontiers. Also, Burbank's Finest, another Warner Brothers compilation, $19.99. Burbank's Finest, that's on the that's a Warner Brothers label 2LP compilation, which always includes great artists and great songs like the Doobie Brothers and James Taylor and Faces and Nielsen and Curtis Mayfield and Elvin Bishop and John Hammond and Wet Willie and Alan Toussaint and Gary Wright, Dreamweaver, Bro Bummels, Martin Mull, Jesse Colin Young, Todd Rundgren, Earth, Wind & Fire, LaBelle, $19.99 on that. Roy Buchanan, $32.99. Earlier album of his, textured cover on the red Polydor label, $32.99. Roy Buchanan. Another Roy Buchanan. This is a 1976 Japanese pressing. Wow. Never seen this before. $39.99. Roy Buchanan. That's self-titled as a Japanese pressing. $39.99. Let me get this out of the sleeve. There we go. And it has all the Japanese inserts as well. Has the Japanese inserts. That's Roy Buchanan, self-titled. Also, Jackson Browne Holdout. $19.99 for Jackson Browne Holdout. And Jackson Browne Late for the Sky. Jackson Browne Late for the Sky, $19.99. Pricing edition on Thick as a Brick. That was Jethro Tull. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. This is no condition notes, $24.99. And this is the original newspaper cover. This is the original newspaper cover, $24.99. It's actually in really nice condition too. That'll keep you occupied reading that while you listen to the album. There's a lot of material in there. $24.99. Jethro Tull. Also, the Byrds Pre-Flight. That's one we don't see as often. Very interesting cover for a Byrds album, I always thought. $24.99. $24.99. And Petula Clark's Greatest Hits Volume 1. That's in shrink wrap, $9.99. That's on the Warner Brothers 7 Arts label, $9.99 on the Petula Clark's Greatest Hits. Blind Faith, self-titled, $34.99. Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, Ginger Baker, and Rich Rick Gretsch, yellow Atco label, Blind Faith, $34.99. Edward Star Wars says he'll take the thick as a brick. And Terry Schneider wants the Petula Clark. Jeff, I will definitely consider your offer. I'll definitely let you know before the end of the night on that for sure. I like your offer, though. Gordon Lightfoot, Gord's Gold, a near mint Japanese compilation of Gordon Lightfoot, Gord's Gold. This is a 2 LP. As you can see, it's been cleaned and very well taken care of. $35 start. This is the Japanese pressing of Gord's Gold. Super high quality photograph, cover, inking, just so much better made than the U.S. pressing that I've seen many, many copies of. Gatefold with the 2 LP. All songs written by Gordon Lightfoot. Gord's Gold, $35 start. Rest in peace. Next is Songs for Beginners. Graham Nash, that's a 71 Presswell press, $19.99 on Graham Nash. Also, A Taste of Honey, Ladies of the 80s. A Taste of Honey's in shrink wrap, $9.99. Winners All Down beat Jazz Pole. Winners All Down beat Jazz Pole. That is $14.99. Ella Fitzgerald, Stan Getz, Jerry Mulligan, Oscar Peterson, Count Basie, Jimmy Smith, Herbie Jackson, wow, Milt Jackson. That is $14.99. Leslie Holt wants A Taste of Honey. Roger Ramjets at $35 on Gordon Lightfoot. Beat Jazz Pole is sold to Jetstream. Chris Bijak was second. Also, the Ritchie family, Arabian Nights, the Ritchie family, $9.99. Wet Willie, Left Coast Live, Wet Willie is $19.99 on the Capricorn label. Marilyn Magoo and Billy Davis Jr. Marilyn McCoo, not Magoo, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., $9.99. Looks like there's some cover damage up here on the top left corner. Final call on Gordon Lightfoot for $35. Leonard Skinner is $34.99. Nothing's fancy on the original label. Now, this one was never on Sounds of the South, so that is the first label for this album. Nothing fancy. Leonard Skinner, $34.99. Very clean looking copy, original of that. Jackson Browne, Running on Empty, $19.99. This has the original insert and the book with it, or original inner sleeve and book. Running on Empty, $19.99. Minstrel in the Gallery by Jethro Tull. Minstrel in the Gallery. I think all the Jethro Tull albums we've had tonight are OG pressings, either on that original Reprise or Green Chrysalis label. About every one of them we've had. Jethro Tull. Also Jackson Browne, Low Spark of High Heeled Boys. Original die-cut cover for Traffic, $19.99. Traffic, Low Spark of High Heeled Boys, and Traffic, When the Eagle Flies, $19.99. All right, Roger Ramjet gets the Gordon Lightfoot for $35. That's sold to Roger Ramjet. I got another Japanese auction, another greatest hits comp, and this is Simon & Garfunkel's greatest hits, the classic Simon & Garfunkel, the original greatest hits. There's about 300 Simon & Garfunkel's greatest hits, but this is the official, real, main U.S. kind of version release. $35 start. The vinyl's near mint. It includes this Japanese lyric book with it and a really nice cover with Obi. $35 start. $35 start on that. Jetstream wants Traffic. Jetstream, let me know if you want Low Spark or When the Eagle Flies. You got dibs on both. Or we have another one here. More heavy Traffic. Traffic's greatest hits. $19.99. There's another Traffic. Jetstream first on Low Spark. That's sold to Jetstream. And War All Day Music. $26.99. War All Day Music. $26.99. That's a 71 Terre Haute pressing. War All Day Music. $26.99. Waylon Jennings. Oh Waylon. $24.99 for Waylon Jennings. And ZZ Top Tres Hombres. ZZ Top Tres Hombres. $34.99. That's on the original Blue London label. Tres Hombres. ZZ Top $34.99. Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits is $14.99. And Bachman Turner Overdrive Not Fragile $14.99. $14.99. You ain't seen nothing yet. Jetstream says he'll also take Heavy Traffic, the best of Traffic. Roger Ramjet wants War All Day Music. And Corey Gaston on Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits. Those three are all sold. I'm going to read what's left in this crate. If you need prices, let me know. If you want in on the Simon & Garfunkel, now's the time to bid. Still got several more, 2 or 3 more crates of Vintage Arrivals to go through. And then I want to do a big recap on some of the new vinyl that was on sale that's left over. And we'll do some Buy It Now Best Offer. All righty. Let's see what we have in here. Thomas is in on Simon & Garfunkel at 35. That's now a final call. So final call on that for 35. Here's what's left in this bin. The Buckingham's Greatest Hits, Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert, Jacqueline Kennedy, Boz Scaggs' Middleman, The Best of Leon Russell, Allman Brothers' Beginnings, Jimmy Rogers' Honeycomb, The Best of ZZ Top, The Bachelors' No Arms Can Ever Hold You, Leon Russell, Will-O the Wisp, Jethro Tull, Aqualung, Boz Scaggs' Down to Then Left, Boz Scaggs' 12-inch single, Warner Brothers' Burbank's Finest Compilation, Roy Buchanan, Jackson Brown, The Byrds, Blind Faith, Graham Nash, The Ritchie Family, Wet Willie, Marion McCoo, Leonard Skinner, Jackson Brown, Jethro Tull, Traffic, Old Waylon, ZZ Top, and Bachman Turner Overdrive. Thomas Bowman first and only bidder on Simon & Garfunkel, sold to him. We have not had any Madonna records tonight, surprisingly. No Madonna. Or did we? No, not to my knowledge. No Madonna tonight. All right, let's see what's in this crate. Boy, this crate's pretty much full. New vintage arrivals, never shown before. We have, first, Jackson Brown for Everyman. That one's not as easy to get. Actually, the jacket's not that bad. It's die cut, and where the sleeve got slid in and out, it always dinged this up. It's a little ding down here, but not bad. $24.99. Jackson Brown for Everyman. Netherlands, Dan Fogelberg. Netherlands is $9.99. Chicago, $9.99. This is Chicago 8. Chicago 8, $9.99 for Chicago 8. $9.99. Bonnie Raitt, Sweet Forgiveness. Bonnie Raitt is $9.99 for Bonnie Raitt. Linda Ronstadt, Prisoner in Disguise. Linda Ronstadt was $9.99. Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus, $14.99. For Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus, $14.99. The Best of Dave Mason, $9.99 for the Best of Dave Mason. Best of Dave Mason, $9.99. Another auction I have over here is the Jesus Lizard Head. An original 1990 U.S. press with insert, a $55 start. Paul has a note, great album. The Jesus Lizard Head. An original 1990 U.S. press with insert, $55, great album. That's Jesus Lizard, $55 start, 1990 OG, if anybody wants in on that. Also, Rick Wakeman, The Myths and Legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, a superb looking copy here, $19.99. Gatefold with the booklet, $19.99. And Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town. Rod Stewart is $14.99. Fred Carnell's in on the Jesus Lizard for $55. Seals and Crofts Greatest Hits, $14.99. Original company in her sleeve. Great stuff there, $14.99. Edward Star Wars on RW. Rick Wakeman, that was a superb looking copy of that. Eagles on the Border. Eagles on the Border. Another, everything in here is EX plus near minus. Very nice, $34.99. Thomas Bowman on Linda Ronstadt. That's sold to Thomas Bowman. Also, The Temptations, A Song for You. The Temptations is $14.99. Final call on the Jesus Lizard Head. Fred Carnell has that for $55. That is a final call. Jay Ferguson, Alone in the End Zone. Jay Ferguson is $14.99. Ryan Anderson's in on the Jesus the Jesus Lizard for $57. Four-wheel drive, Bachman Turner Overdrive, that's $14.99. Four-wheel drive also. Billy Joe Turnstiles, $14.99. Billy Joe Turnstiles has the original inner sleeve, $14.99. There's some kind of Marty Robbins record over here in the auction pile. Let's see what that is. Marty Robbins, a rockabilly comp of Marty Robbins, a German unofficial. If you like Marty Robbins, I will have to say I've not seen many bootleg Marty Robbins records. This looks pretty interesting. This is Marty Robbins Country Classics Library, and that's a rockabilly comp of Marty Robbins. It's from German, and it's an unofficial, and that's a $25 start. $25 start, Marty Robbins. Ryan Anderson on Bachman Turner Overdrive, four-wheel drive, and Edward Star Wars on Billy Joe, Van Morrison. So the Van Morrison autograph is real, but we don't have our COA and our sticker. JSA, I don't know if I've said, I guess I have said this, but JSA is actually going to come here, and we've got a day set sometime in November where they're going to authenticate all of our autographs from that collection. I'm still finding autographs from the Pittsburgh collection. Paul found a really incredible one last night. It's going to break my heart the night that thing is sold. I looked at it and I was like, wow, I've never actually held one in my hand before. So details on that coming later. But the Van Morrison's real. And everything else we know is real. I mean, there's only been a couple bad ones. And that was stuff that was gifted, I believe, to Dale. And they're from a company that's known for forging autographs. And I'll tell you more about those when I show them. But everything else is actually good. I mean, we've got pictures now with this guy with a lot of these people. So, but we're not going to sell any of the expensive ones, obviously, until we have a sticker on them. It will help me and you out both when we're selling those. Another Billy Joel, The Stranger. A nice looking copy here, $14.99. Original inner sleeve, The Stranger, $14.99. But Mark and everybody else, you'll be well aware when those autographs come up for auction. That'll be a major deal for sure. You're actually the second person that's asked about Van Morrison tonight. So Jesus Lizard, Fred Carnell's out. Ryan Anderson has that for $57. Final call. Edward Star Wars wants this Billy Joe as well. And final call if you want in on Marty Robbins for a $25 start. $25 start if you want in on that. Final call. Bluest to Colt, Secret Treaties. BOC is $19.99 for Secret Treaties. BOC, $19.99. Dave Mason is alive. $9.99. Dave Mason is alive. Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, $24.99. Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, $24.99. Bluest to Colt, Agents of Fortune. Wow, a classic. Don't Fear the Reaper, $24.99 for Bluest to Colt, Agents of Fortune. And ZZ Top, Fandango, $34.99. ZZ Top Fandango, $34.99. And let's go ahead and end some auctions. Ryan Anderson gets the Jesus Lizard for $57. That might have been the first auction tonight that got more than the opening bid. I think every auction tonight has been a buy it now for the opening bid. That's why I haven't set too many up here. Except this one. It got 2 bids. That's sold to Ryan Anderson for $57. If anybody wants to Marty Robbins, it's a $25 buy now. That won't be happening tomorrow night and Thursday night when we're doing these metal picture disc and metal singles and Iron Maiden. There'll be so many bids I won't be able to keep up with it. Edward Star Wars, first to BOC. Edward, let me know if you want Agents of Fortune or Secret Treaties. Let me know if you want on those. Low T auctions. Evidently, Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner, a really nice copy on the first MCA label, $34.99. Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner. That should be an instant seller. And Jackson Brown Holdout, $9.99 for Jackson Brown Holdout. Edward wants Agents of Fortune. We also have Bob Dylan Desire, great album, $34.99. Bob Dylan Desire. That was a very clean copy. Brad Boland wants Leonard Skinner. That's so to Brad Boland. Nice quick pickup there. And Bob Skaggs down to then left is $19.99. I'm going to turn off the air conditioning for a multiple of reasons. One, I'm cold. I wore a jacket today. I was wearing a jacket up until showtime. I don't like being cold. I can tell I'm cold. My fingernails are purple. And Jetstream says he claimed Dave Mason. Did I miss another Dave Mason claim for you, Jetstream? I don't know if some of your comments are coming in tonight, but I'll pull it now. Now, there's 2 Dave Masons. There's Dave Mason, It's Alive, and there's Dave Mason, The Best of Dave Mason. So let me know which one of those 2 you want. Also, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Sons of the Beaches, Flash Cadillac and the Continental Kids, $9.99. Flash Cadillac, $9.99. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel, $9.99 for Dan Fogelberg and David LaFlamme, or LaFlame. LaFlamme or Flame? Whitebird, $9.99. Jetstream wants Dave Mason, It's Alive. I always wear shorts. Yep. I don't really wear pants unless I have to. Billy Joe, Piano Man, $19.99. Billy Joe, Piano Man, $19.99. That's a very clean copy. Henry Gross, Plug Me Into Something, $9.99. Henry Gross and Charlie Daniels Band, Million Mile Reflections. Boy, this is a nice looking copy. Original inner sleeve, original label. The Devil Went Down to Georgia, $24.99. Henry Gross, $9.99. Edward Star Wars wants to Billy Joel. I had the heat on in here last night and the night before. I'll probably turn it on after the sale when it gets even colder in here. So, yeah, heat's already on in Tennessee. Dave Mason, Let It Flow, $9.99. For Dave Mason, Let It Flow, $9.99. Country Joe McDonald, Paradise with an Ocean View. Country Joe McDonald is $9.99. 84 degrees in Vegas. That sounds nice. Let's see what I got over here. I got another auction, the Ivies at the Beep. And the Ivies is what turned into Badfinger. This is a pre-Badfinger known as the Ivies. It's an unofficial live recording from the BBC. And that's a $45 start. The Ivies at the Beep. At the Beep. The Beatles played there as well. That is a $45 start. That's a 1968 live recording. The record was probably pressed sometime in the 80s. I've had that one before. Deep Purple Burn. Burn is $24.99 on the Warner Brothers label. $24.99. $24.99. Also a classic here. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Red Polydor label. Superb. Very clean looking. $39.99 for Clapton. Also the Eagles Hotel California with the poster. Also $39.99. Hotel California with the poster. $39.99. OG pressing there. Gatefold with that original poster. $39.99. ELO, Face the Music. ELO is $19.99. Electric Light Music, $19.99. ELO. Also, this is not Henry Gross. This is Billy Joel, 52nd Street, $14.99. Billy Joel, 52nd Street, $14.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Billy Joel, 52nd Street, $14.99. Very clean looking copy. I'm not just saying that. I mean, it looks exceptionally nice. And the vinyl, $14.99. Madman Across the Water, one of my favorites here. This is the MCA pressing. It does have the lyric book. $39.99 for Elton John, Madman Across the Water. Eric Clapton, Slow Hand, another classic. We've had some classic rock staples tonight, including Slow Hand. We still got Steely Dan, Boston. What was that first crate? It was like Steely Dan, Boston, Led Zeppelin. It was all there in a row. Edward Star Wars gets Billy Joel. Final call if you want in on the Badfinger recordings, $45 start. The Ivies at the Beep. That is a final call. Fleetwood Mac, Kiln House. Now, that's one we don't get too often. $24.99 on Fleetwood Mac. That's a very nice copy as well. Slow Hand was $34.99. Fleetwood Mac, $24.99. Frampton Comes Alive. Peter Frampton, $29.99. Peter Frampton Comes Alive. Jimmy Buffett, Changes in Latitudes and Attitudes. Of course, this one has Margaritaville, $19.99 for Margaritaville. Or, excuse me, Jimmy Buffett, Changes in Latitudes. Might as well call it Margaritaville. Cynthia Hergman on Fleetwood Mac. That would have saved me a lot of trouble years later if he would have just named this album Margaritaville, because people's always ask me, Chad, what album has Margaritaville on it? And I'm like, well, you can get this one or you can get his Greatest Hits album. And by the way, I think there's a Greatest Hits album in here somewhere I got to pull for auction. No, that's in the other crate. We got a Greatest Hits. I think it's still behind the counter. I got to pull for auction. That's sold to Leslie Holt. Jetstream was second. Chris Bijak was third. Early on Fleetwood Mac, Cynthia was first. Barry second, Ken third. Then Leslie got Jimmy Buffett there. JJKL Troubadour, $34.99. JJKL Troubadour and Creamed Israeli Gears. We had one earlier, check condition. This is the yellow Atco label, very clean, $34.99. Creamed Israeli Gears, $34.99. Henry Gross Release is $9.99. Jackson Browne, The Pretender, $19.99. And of course, if you're looking for the hits on Henry Gross, this has his hit song, Shannon. Shannon's on that one, on release, $9.99. Jackson Browne, The Pretenders, $19.99. And Dave Mason, Headkeeper. Dave Mason is $9.99 for Headkeeper. Very clean copy of that. Everything in here is EX Plus Near Mint Minus. I'm going to read those titles one more time. If you want to bid or if you want to buy something, let me know. Or if you need prices or information, let me know. Here's the titles that's left in this bin. Jackson Browne, For Every Man. Dan Fogelberg, Netherlands. Chicago 8, Bonnie Raitt, Sweet Forgiveness. Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus. This is Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town. These are all buy it now. These are new arrivals. These are sticker price. These are sticker price. I got another crate to go through after this. Seals and Crofts Greatest Hits, Eagles on the Border, The Temptations, Jay Ferguson, Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, ZZ Top, Fandango, Blue Oyster Cult, Secret Treaties, Jackson Browne, Hold Out, Bob Dylan, Desire, Boz Scaggs, Down to Then Left, The Best of Dave Mason, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, Sons of the Beaches by Flash Cadillac, Dan Fogelberg, David LaFlamme, Henry Gross, Charlie Daniels, Henry Gross, Dave Mason, Country Joe and the Fish, Deep Purple, Derek and the Dominoes, The Eagles, ELO, Elton John, Eric Clapton, Peter Frampton, J.J. Cale, Cream, Henry Gross, Jackson Browne, and Dave Mason. BOC, one of the surprises that's left in here, it's $19.99. I consider that can't believe this didn't sell. We don't get a lot of OG BOC albums. OG BOC album. That is still available. That was Secret Treaties. The next crate is back here behind the counter. This is actually stuff from Thursday. Stuff from Thursday or Friday we didn't get to. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure this is the right crate. Yeah, and there's great titles in here too. Great titles in here as well. This may be check condition, but this does... No, it's not. This is the crate that does have the Jimmy Buffett Greatest Hits. So let's put that up for auction. That's the Jimmy Buffett Greatest Hits. Let me do that right now. Kenny Cates wants EC, and Barry Seagrave says he'll take it. So first, let's do that Jimmy Buffett Greatest Hits. I'm going to make Badfinger a buy it now. So this is a buy it now for $45. That's the Ivies pre-Badfinger recordings, BBC 1968. $45 buy it now. Our next auction is going to be Jimmy Buffett, Songs You Know by Heart, Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits. Now, we've sold one of these since the last time I said this. I had 4 copies of this in stock, and they skyrocketed pretty soon after he passed away. I've sold 2 new sealed copies on eBay for $99.99, free shipping. $99.99. This is an OG copy, $20 start, Jimmy Buffett, Songs You Know by Heart. I still got 2 active, just fair warning on that, but this is an original Jimmy Buffett Greatest Hits, and it's not a club either. This is the original retail copy from 1985. That's now up for auction. Of course, it has all of his great songs, Cheeseburger in Paradise, Margaritaville, to name a couple. Now, at the conclusion of this auction, we'll see what this brings, and those last couple copies I have listed online or Discogs, wherever I have them listed, we can talk about those, but most people prefer this OG copy. So this is going to get more than 1 bid. Yes, this is going to be more than 1 bid for sure. Hopefully it gets several bids. Let me see what else I got over here. Let's go ahead and go through this bin. This is new arrivals. I don't think I got to these Saturday night. So we'll see. And Ryan, it depends on what I have up here. I am going to do some buy it now best offer. It's just whatever. I think our crates got really mixed up here today, so I don't know. It's going to take me some time to figure out what's up here. We may do some half-off stuff to clear some bins out. I did that the last couple nights we were live. So new vintage arrivals. These are sticker price. Donovan, Barbara Jaggle. Donovan's $14.99. Also on this album, Atlantis. That's the original yellow label. $14.99. W.C. Fields, his only recording, plus 8 songs by Mae West. $14.99 for W.C. Fields. Menu Hot Platters. Could this be another Warner Brothers compilation? It is. $24.99. That's an older one because it's on green labels. Deep Purple, John Baldry, LaBelle, Red Eye, T-Rex. That's an older one. I don't know if I've had that one before. $24.99. Did I not pull BOC? I didn't pull those, did I? BOC and Eric Clapton. I forgot to pull those. I'm glad he said something. Now, Kenny Cates wants the Clapton Slow Hand, I'm assuming. Right, Kenny? He wanted the Clapton Slow Hand. Kenny Cates Jr. and Barry Seagrave got BOC. Sorry about that. Jimmy Buffett, 2020-2025, 3340. Cynthia wants W.C. Fields, and Brian C. wants Menu. Those are both sold. Cynthia and Brian C. The Buddha Kama Sutra Group. This is a compilation, 14 songs. And that's, of course, the label, Buddha Kama Sutra Group, $14.99. Green tambourines on here, $14.99. $14.99. Okay, so Jimmy Buffett's at $40 with Christopher Morris. The Gentrys, $9.99. The Gentrys, $9.99. That's on the Sun label. Gentrys. Phil Collins, no jacket required. Phil Collins is in the original inner sleeve, $19.99. Phil Collins, no jacket required. Terry's back in on Jimmy Buffett for $45. We have, excuse me, Had to mute my mic while I was choking to death, but I'm good. Candidia Dawn. This is knocked 3 times, $9.99. Jim Hickson first on the Gentrys. Jimmy Buffett's at 45, now 48. Scary Monsters and Nice Spirits by Skrillex. Well, I don't know if I've ever seen their stuff on vinyl before. That's why, $174.99. A 2012 Record Store Day. Skrillex, I think that's how you say their name. I just know them as like a electronic instrumental type group. Scary Monsters and Nice Spirits. I think that's, or does that say, I guess that's what that says. $174.99. Jetstream wants Dawn. That is sold to Jetstream. Sean's saying OMG. He also used another word. Never seen Skrillex. I hadn't either. I didn't know. Wow, that's probably why it's also a reason why it's probably $175. Grand Funk Railroad on time, $19.99. Grand Funk Railroad on time. My very first Grand Funk record. First one I had, I still got it. It's completely trashed. I bought it at a garage sale, but I thought, wow, what a cover. They were holding these old Marx Toys trains and this gigantic pocket watch. I knew about Grand Funk, but I had never seen this album before. We actually don't get it as often as we do others. All right, Terry, you're outbid on Jimmy Buffett. Christopher Morris is back in at 48. Dan Fogelberg, home free, $9.99. Dan Fogelberg, home free, $9.99. Led Zeppelin. This is a Columbia House pressing. Let's check out the label. It's $44.99. It is very clean. This is going to be a pressing from around 1977 approximately. Misty Mountain Hop, 4 Sticks, Going to California, When the Levee Breaks, Black Dog, Rock and Roll, The Battle of Evermore, and Stairway to Heaven. 8 tracks of greatness, $44.99. That's a near mint 77 club copy. Ted Nugent, $14.99, Stranglehold. First track, that is on the Blue Epic label, very clean. Nugent is $14.99. Final call now on Jimmy Buffett since Terry's out. Jimmy Buffett's at $48. $48. 25 Rock Revival Greats. 25 Rock Revival Greats. That is $9.99. $9.99. Do you still have my laptop over here, Tanner? Or is it? I got to do something right quick online. It just hit me. Before we run out of time, I'll have you do it right quick, actually. Let me open this up. Okay, so GC Carlton got the Ted Nugent. We have Steve Wright second and VW Quest third. So we got a K-Tel record here. K-Tel, 25 Rock Great Revivals, Volume 2, $9.99. Early rock and roll. I don't know if Stacy's watching. Don't know if she has that one or not. Christopher Morris gets the Jimmy Buffett for $48. Now, if anybody wants to make an offer on the new sealed copies I have, go right ahead. I've already told you what I've sold a couple. Of course, I had to pay shipping. I had to pay eBay fees, which are now ridiculous. They're like 13.5%. So I didn't really get $99.99 after all the fees and stuff. I got less than that. But if anybody wants to make an offer, I've got 2 sealed Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits. Of course, that I don't think it's out of print. I don't think that record's out of print right now. There's just such a demand since he's passed away. They have really, the demand has increased the value. Let's see. Let me mute my mic for 1 second. I got to do something over here. But first, I'm going to sell this to John Duran. And Michael, I think your comment came in asking where that was at after I've already sold it. Nielsen, Aerial Pandemonium Ballet. Harry Nielsen is $19.99. $19.99. That's on the orange RCA label. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. We have Jan and Dean Golden Hits Volume 2, $9.99. Jan and Dean Golden Hits Volume 2. That's $9.99. Tom T. Hall, Saturday Morning Songs. Tom T. Hall has the book with it. Wow, a Tom T. Hall record that has a book. It looks like a children's record almost. That's interesting. $14.99. Mike Oldfield, Amadon. Mike Oldfield, Amadon. I don't know if I've seen that Mike Oldfield record before. $9.99 for Mike Oldfield, Amadon. Flying Colors, Trooper. Flying Colors Trooper, $14.99. That has a gold stamp promo on the front. Flying Colors Trooper, the best of Gary and the Pacemakers, $14.99 for Gary and the Pacemakers, $14.99. Propaganda, Calling on Moscow. Propaganda is $9.99. The Ventures A Go-Go, $9.99 for The Ventures A Go-Go. That's on the Dalton record label. The Ventures is $9.99. Also, Moth the Hoople, Mad Shadows. Moth the Hoople, $24.99. Mad Shadows, Moth the Hoople, $24.99. Cynthia, first on Propaganda. That's sold to Cynthia. Also, we have Blood Rock Passage. Blood Rock Passage is $19.99. Blood Rock Passage. Cynthia also wants Moth the Hoople, Mad Shadows. Both of those are sold to Cynthia and Cynthia. Al Cooper, a possible projection of the future childhood's end. Al Cooper. That's $14.99. We also have The Poppers, Ellis Island. This is from Wayne's collection. Yep, $24.99. They've got back into some more of Mr. Wayne Titsworth's collection. That's his handwriting there. 1968 psych record with mint cutout insert. That is The Poppers, $24.99. And this did come with an insert. That's it right there, which is in some of those. And, of course, we've had this album before. It's a psych record from 68. This does have the insert with it, with mint cutout insert. That's $24. And that's not written on the cover. That's just from a sticky note. It can peel right off. $24.99. Cookbook. Could it be another Warner Brothers compilation? It is. Cookbook, $22.99. And another one I don't think I've ever seen before. This is a promotional item, $22.99. First song is Express Yourself by Charles Wright and the 103rd Street Band. Express Yourself. Put that back in there. If I get on the right side of the scene, there we go. Fred Carnell on The Poppers. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Also, Wet Willie. That's $19.99. Wet Willie is, I think I know the title. Let me confirm it here. Wet Willie, I guess it's just self-titled. Wet Willie, $19.99. Thought it had a title to it. Also, Wet Willie Mannerisms, $19.99. Back-to-back Wet Willies. And Joe Kenyon Hymn with Hype Sticker. That's $9.99. What kind of box set do we have here? A 4-album set, 72 original hits by original artists from Columbia, $22.99. 72 songs. Wow, good stuff. Looking classic 60s stuff on here for sure, like Turn, 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 The Byrds, Groovin', The Rascals, Cherry, Cherry, Neil Diamond, Rascals, Good Lovin', Woolly Bullies on here, Hang On Sloopy. That's really cool, and that's sold to John Duran. Christopher Morris was second. John, there he is. It's been a while since he's made an appearance. The JFK Memorial Album, $14.99. Christopher, you were second on that box set. In All Honesty, The Stone Man's, $9.99. Before I finish up this crate, I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the auctions that did not get bids tonight. I'm going to show these one more time. First, we have a sealed Africa Toto picture disc. This is a sealed Africa Toto picture disc. That's going to be a $75 buy it now, and that is sealed. It's a die-cut shaped picture disc with Toto on it and Rosanna, or excuse me, with Africa and Rosanna. That's a $75 buy now. That's sealed. It's never been opened. Traffic was a vintage bootleg. Traffic, Steve Winwood and Traffic. That's live in Stockholm and BBC recordings. That was a $45 buy it now. And then this Grateful Dead, which is a really nice copy of AOXOXOXOXOA. That was a $55 buy it now. Picture disc. This is the original picture disc from around 1982. From 1982. This is not the record store day. This is the picture disc. Michael Nath wants the Grateful Dead. $55 buy now. So Traffic, $45, and Toto picture disc, $75. That's sealed original from 1982. Not record store day. There was a Led Zeppelin bootleg, but I'm not going to do it tonight because I want to listen to it, and I'm probably going to save that for Zeppelin night. And then we had a Marty Robbins. This is a Rockabilly compilation for $25 buy it now. I'm going to set that right over here. And I had a Beatles record, but I'm not going to do it tonight either because I want to listen to it. And I'm trying to get some great Beatles stuff together. All right, back to some vintage arrivals. We have The Incredible Year, probably 1969, right? Or 68, $14.99. It's produced by CBS News. Charles Kuralt narrated. Production by Peter Wells, Joe Heller. And this is a spoken word about, looks like 1968. Yeah, 1968. They were even calling it an incredible year then. It was. Just so much went on in 1968. Barbra Streisand, Superman, $9.99. Barbra Streisand, Superman, $9.99 for Streisand. Carly Simon, $9.99 with the poster insert. Carly Simon, $9.99. We also have Flip Wilson, Cowboys and Colored People. Flip Wilson is $14.99. Eclipse, another Warner Brothers compilation. We've had 3 tonight that I've never seen, and I've seen probably 20 or 30 different ones. This is another Warner Brothers compilation, Eclipse, $19.99. Here's another one. I've seen this one before. This one's called The Big Ball, and that's another compilation. This one's on the green label. Van Morrison and Fleetwood Mac, Jethro Tull, Family, and Small Faces, and the Kinks all on side 1. That's a good one. At least that side is. JoJo Gunn, that's sealed JoJo Gunn, $19.99. Every Mother's Son, $14.99 for EMS. Peter, Paul, and Mary in concert. Peter, Paul, and Mary is $14.99 in concert. Coliseum Rock Stars, $19.99. $19.99 on that. Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, $14.99 for S&G, Simon & Garfunkel. That is on the original label, $14.99. Little River Band, First Under the Wire. This is $9.99. One of the hits on this one was Lonesome Loser, that is. Brian C. wants Stars. That's so to Brian C. 360 Degrees of Billy Paul featuring me and Mrs. Jones. That's an original 1972 pressing, $39.99. 360 Degrees of Billy Paul. Also, Oldies But Goodies, Volume 10, $9.99. Roll Over Beethoven, Chuck Berry. Twist and Shout by the Isley Brothers. You've Lost That Love and Feeling, the Righteous Brothers. Bo Diddley, Bo Diddley. Wow, this got some great songs on it. Shirelles is on here. Wooly Bully, Sam the Sham. I was also reading or watching this thing on YouTube last night where George Harrison, when he first came to America, before Ed Sullivan, he was talking about how his favorite American group was the Shirelles. How much was the Red Ball comp? The Red Ball Warner Brothers compilation was $22.99. And that's a 2L. These Warner Brothers samplers are promotional items. I think a lot of them were sent to stores. They were maybe even given away at stores. But, you know, just Van Morrison, Neil Young's on here, the Kinks, Joni Mitchell, Grateful Dead, Mothers of Invention, Captain Beefheart, James Taylor, the GTOs. They're great. They're great compilations. So anytime you hear me say Warner Brothers compilation, that's what you're going to get. They're promotional 2LP, and we will have them quite often. Also, Michael Nath, the Oldies was $9.99. $9.99 on that. Michael Nath. Chris Ferrara wants Billy Paul. That's so to Chris Ferrara. Barry Seagrave was next on Red Ball. Brian asked about it, and he gets it. So that's so to Brian Arrigo. Barry, you were second. And Michael Nath gets the Oldies But Goodies. We have Aerosmith. Couldn't spit it out fast enough. Draw the Line. Has the original inner sleeve. Aerosmith Draw the Line. $24.99. Gary Moore and Phil Lynott. Wow, that's pretty cool. Out in the Fields, $14.99. It's a 3-track by Phil Lynott and Gary Moore, $14.99. Never seen that before. And the Best of BTO. That is sealed. An original sealed copy. It's a cutout. It does have a clip corner, but that's a vintage sealed copy. It's never been open. Of the Best of BTO, $24.99. Ken Highstand, you were second on the Oldies. Of course, Phil Lynott, the lead singer and bass player for Thin Lizzy. Okay, so one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to read what's left in this bin. Then I'm going to show you some of the new vinyl that we had on sale and discounted. And if you're thinking about it, you might want to grab it now because I plan on going through the rest of our bins and I'm going to add new stuff to it, and then I'm going to make a video to post in the group tonight. So first, we're going to pull Jetstream Aerosmith. But we're probably going to do a quick recap, and then I have Kiss Night to get ready for. We're definitely going to go through some more crates, probably do some stuff very quickly on sale. I can't believe it's already 10 o'clock, though, but we have went nonstop, and we've went through like 9 or 10 crates of new vintage arrivals and 3 crates of new vinyl. We've went through a lot of stuff tonight. So, but I do have Kiss Night to get ready for, and I got to get more records. And we're not only going to have Kiss stuff tomorrow night, but we're also going to have new vintage arrivals that Paul and John's going to be working on tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do some kind of special something night on Wednesday. It's going to be some kind of artist. I don't know who yet. Maybe the Stones or maybe Springsteen, at least to give you a sample. And of course, Thursday, we're going to have some metal auctions. So we've had a ton of vintage. We've went through hundreds and hundreds of titles. These were clipped out for a couple reasons. This was probably clipped out because it was a cutout. A new record back in the 70s and 80s, once it's set in the bin, or maybe even the 60s, if it didn't sell, they would clip the corner and they would cut it out. They would clip the corner and cut it out, and that means it didn't sell. And they would get a credit for it, and it would go into the discount bin. They would get a credit sometimes. Sometimes I reckon they would get a credit from their distributor, but they'd cut it out so they knew it was a discounted record, and then they would mark it down. Sometimes they have punch holes. Sometimes you'll see a punch hole. Sometimes you'll see a saw mark, and you'll see a clip corner. That also could signify it was a promo copy. Sometimes at the factories, they would cut them, clip them, or punch them, and then that would signify these are the promo copies to give to the radio stations and other people in management. That was another reason. So it could be because it was in a discount bin. It could also mean it was a promo record. That's the two main reasons. Tomorrow night's in KISS. But I want to stress, once again, if we ever have a special night, it's not going to be just KISS merchandise. I think some people's missed out on some great records thinking it's KISS night. But we're going to have other stuff. But yes, you're going to see a lot of KISS merchandise. We could even have Japanese records tomorrow night. David, that'll get David tuned in. Donovan, Barbara Jaggle, we had 14 hit songs. That's a Buddha and Kama Sutra label. Phil Collins, No Jack Required. Still got the Skrillex record, Grand Funk Railroad, Dan Fogelberg, Home Free, Led Zeppelin, Harry Nilsson, Jan and Dean, Tom T. Hall, Mike Oldfield, Trooper, Best of Gary and the Pacemakers, The Ventures, Blood Rock Passage, Al Cooper, Cookbook, that was a Warner Brothers comp, Wet Willie, Joe Kenyon, JFK, The Stonemans, The Incredible Year of 1968, Barbra Streisand, Carly Simon, Flip Wilson, Eclipse, another Warner Brothers, two other Warner Brothers compilations in here, JoJo Gunn, Every Mother's Son, Peter, Paul and Mary, Simon and Garfunkel on the original label, Little River Band, Gary Moore, and Phil Lynott. Sometimes some people don't like clip corners. I can see it's affected the value a little. Yes, except for Traffic, the original Traffic covers. But some people they hate that. They don't want a clip corner. To me, if I was wanting to listen to BTO for that price being sealed, I would be okay with that because it's going to be opened up and be mint. But some people cannot stand saw marks. We've had records returned because I didn't mention that there was a clip corner. Now you're hearing me say it's got a clip corner or a saw mark. I do that now because we've had a couple people return records because they got it and saw that it had a saw mark and they didn't want it. So I go through these very fast, but I try my best to mention those things. This is Saturday Morning Songs, Tom T. Hall. Saturday Morning Songs with a 16-page coloring book. I didn't realize there's a coloring book. It's stuck together. 2 pages there are stuck together. I don't know what that is. Wow, it's got a coloring book with it. I've seen a couple records with coloring books before. That's one I didn't expect to see one in a Tom T. Hall record. And that's Saturday Morning, and that's $14.99. Terry Schneider on BTO. That's sold to Terry Schneider. Jerry's one of those. No saw marks, no punch holes, no clip corners. To me, if I want the record and I don't have it yet and it's something rare, I can settle with a saw mark. But some people don't want that. Some people don't want any writing, no saw marks, pristine mint copies. I'm like, well, we have those sometimes, but those are usually a lot more money if you got a perfect, pristine copy with no saw marks and no punch holes, no writing. Jetstream wants a go-go. If you're talking about mint, the mint carries a price. Absolutely dead mint records are not cheap, especially for these stuff from the 60s and early 70s. Let's see, Jetstream wants a go-go, and that was from the last bin, and that was the Ventures, right? The Ventures a go-go. Sell that to Jetstream. So I'm going to recap some of the new vinyl that's on sale, kind of a last call for that while I condense them, and going to add to it tonight and then probably post that in the group where a lot more people that didn't get to watch tonight Of course, there's going to be more added to this, but I'll do that later. But first, I want to show these. Yeah, sometimes corners, like there's some Kiss records I noticed that had clip corners, that all of them have clip corners. It was a Kiss record I was looking up. They were all clip cornered as part of the promo. So, I mean, if it's a promo copy, a clip corner is a good thing, actually. If it's a promo copy, that's something you want to see. Whiplash, music on vinyl, new and sealed. These are all discounted and on sale new vinyl. Whiplash, this is metal, thrash metal. Ticket to Mayhem, limited to 1,000 on green colored vinyl, $34.99. $34.99. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. Tears for Fears, $29.99. Songs from the Big Chair. I still got 3 of those, unbelievably. Songs from the Big Chair, new and sealed. And those are imports, actually. That's why they were $39.99 originally. 3 copies left. Smashing Pumpkins. I actually have more than this available, but this is the matching of the best Amazon price I could find. I did a much more than 25% off. This is $59.99. Siamese Dream. Of course, one of the most influential albums of the 90s, remastered to LP. Cherub Rock's on here. Quiet, one of my favorite songs. Mayonnaise. This is a 90s classic. Grab them before they go back out of stock, and then they'll get crazy sometimes. Slipknot, $29.99. This is on purple vinyl. Slipknot, and this is the Subliminal Verses Volume 3, $29.99. I got 3 copies of Slayer, South of Heaven, $29.99 for Slayer, South of Heaven. That's sold to Jetstream, yep. Boz Scaggs, this is on Friday Music. I'm pretty sure it's blue vinyl. Blue or red vinyl, Friday Music. Boz Scaggs, $29.99. First time that had been reissued in a long time. And then Music on Vinyl did it. Dio Magica, $29.99 for Dio Magica. De La Soul, that's on yellow vinyl for $29.99. Danzig, Circle of Snakes. Danzig is $19.99. That's on clear vinyl. Danzig, Circle of Snakes, $19.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, So Far. That's Crosby, Stills & Nash Greatest Hits, $19.99. And Crosby, Stills, and Nash, that is $22.99. That's the back to vinyl, 180 gram. It is on black vinyl, and the reason I said that is because there's a new version out also on colored vinyl, but this is cut from the analog, $22.99. $22.99. Todd Tipton wants a Slipknot. And let's pull that. I think that was my last one. Yeah, because Micah bought one earlier. Todd gets that one, and Kenny, that was my last one. Kelly Cook wants Danzig, Circle of Snakes. That's sold to Kelly Cook. And yes, Micah, you got a Slipknot earlier. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof, $24.99. Last copy of Fish I have, Sigma Oasis, 2LP, $24.99. Graham Parsons is $22.99. Grievous Angel. David Bowie Heroes, I've got 2 left, remaster. David Bowie, $24.99. And Echo and the Bunnymen, live in Liverpool, $34.99. Price on Danzig. Danzig, Circle of Snakes is $19.99. Tom T. Hall from The Last Crate, sold to Leslie. Sold to Leslie. That's Tom T. Hall, sold to Leslie Holt. Okay, now, here's what's left. Cynthia wants Echo and the Bunnymen. We have David Bowie, Graham Parsons, Fish, Robert Plant, Alison Krauss, CSN, CSNY, Danzig, De La Soul, Dio, Boz Scaggs, Slayer, Smashing Pumpkins is $59.99. $59.99. That's Siamese Dream. Tears for Fears and Whiplash. That was tonight's on sale vinyl. Of course, I have a whole nother crate from another time. We'll do that another night because I have a feeling I'm about to add to this, and then one night when we're doing stuff on sale, I'll bring out anything that's left over. But I think we're going to have some, we got some back stock like Metallica records. I hadn't gone through everything yet. Seth pulled all those earlier. But I think we got some stuff like Metallica and maybe even like Pink Floyd, like stuff we have a lot of stock of that's about to hit 8 months old. And when they hit 8 months old, when new vinyl starts hitting 8 months old, we really start trying to discount it. So let me do some condensing here and figure out what all I have. So give me 1 second on that. If anybody saw anything earlier that you want to make an offer on, go ahead and bring it up now, and I will try to find my best to find it. because we have so much vintage. I'm going to see what it looks like when I'm condensing it all. But we have so much vintage, I don't know if we can actually do, quote, a recap, because that would be like, I think a recap tonight would be like almost an entire whole show again. But if you're looking for something, I'm going to condense everything now, and then we'll see what's left over here. And yeah, we've been through so much already tonight, just absolutely incredible. Let me see, there's one of the, this crate here is awesome. That was the first check condition crate we went through. Let me go ahead and condense some of these. It's actually not going to condense into all that much because we've sold a lot of it. Let me do some of this first though. Don't want to put too much in here. I've already emptied 4 crates though. That's pretty good. Let me bring these over here. There's the last crate I went through. There's the last crate I went through. And we're definitely going to do some kind of on-sale crate in just a second. Probably something to wrap up the night like half off or something, especially if I can find some older titles. See if I can get, I think I can get all this into one more crate. That means there's been 2, 4, 5 emptied crates. That's pretty incredible, actually. That's about a half of everything we went through. I think we've went through 9 or 10 crates of vintage tonight. So now trying to find something is going to be a challenge because there's still 5 crates. That's usually how much vintage we go through in one night. That's how much is left from tonight because we went through 10. Or maybe 11 because there's 6 empty crates. Yeah, there's 6 empty crates, so I think we went through 11 crates of vintage tonight. Hadn't done that much in a long time. 1, 2, 4. We've sold 6 crates, or condensed 6 crates, technically. Okay. Now, let me see what I missed over here. First was out of the on sale, Michael Nath wants a Siamese Dream. What happened to that on sale bin? I laid it right over here. I saw somebody put Heroes, and I saw somebody put Danzig. Let me go ahead and pull those 3. Heroes and Danzig. Smashing Pumpkins. Cherub Rock's on there. Quiet's a great song. It's my favorite Smashing Pumpkins song, probably. So yeah, Michael Nath on Siamese Dream. Todd Timpton wants Danzig. Oh, Danzig. Barry Seagrave got Heroes. And Jetstream. I will write that down. And I will try to find it. Actually, are you talking about the Blind Faith with the new cover or with the this one here? If so, I'll do this for $28. Blind Faith. I'll do that one for $28. That's a very clean copy. You're lucky it was in the front of a bin, so maybe that was destined for you. Okay, let me see what I have here. Okay, there's good titles in here, and I'm okay with running them at half off, and this will be a great way to end the night. It's about a half of a crate, but I think there's really good stuff in here. For those 126 people that's still watching, I think we can empty this one, or at least get close. We'll find out, because I think some of these are pretty recent. Well, they're actually July, but there's some good titles in here, so... First, Tanner, let's sell this to Jetstream for $28. And then here's some other auctions that did not get bought nows. We still got the Ivies for $45. John Denver for $35. Let's go ahead and sell that to Jeff McMaster. He offered $85 earlier. And then George Somers offered for those 2 Tom Tomato records earlier, or those 2 Tomato records. I think his first name's Tom. And if I can find those, I'll pull them for him. So... here's the auctions left over tonight. Eagles, John Denver, and those, and the Ivies, which I showed the other ones earlier. The other ones is Marty Robbins, Traffic, and the Toto picture disc. So, all right, these are going to be half off. First come, first serve. Be a great way to end tonight's sale. This is actually a pretty full crate. Well, it's about 2/3 after I kind of squished them together. New Wave, Dizzy Gillespie. I'll be telling you the half off price, $10. Jeff's still watching. Jeff, that's so to you. Thank you, $10. So this is the price I'm saying is The price, Dizzy Gillespie, New Wave, $10 on the Mercury Wing label. Laughter, Sweet and Profane, Pat Bertram and Bob Crane. That's Mr. Haney and Colonel Hogan, $7.50. Jetstream gets Dizzy Gillespie. Jeff McMaster was second, Cynthia was third. The Japanese titles, the Japanese records that were no bids tonight. One more quick look through those. Marty Robbins, 25, bootleg unofficial. Heavy Traffic, bootleg unofficial, live, 45. Sealed Africa picture disc, $75. Eagles is 35, John Denver's 35. Those are very nice copies, $35. So the comedy record there, $7.50. Next is more of Hal Holbrook and Mark Twain Tonight, $7.50, Volume 2 of the Hilarious Stage Show. Hank Crawford, After Hours, in shrink wrap, $7.50, early or earlier Atlantic record there, $7.50, original price tag. Thomas Bowman gets the Eagles. Let me make sure Romelu didn't want that. He did ask the prices. If he passes, then we'll sell the Eagles to Thomas for $35. All right, Scott Sneed wants Hank Crawford. This is Scott Sneed's for half off, and Tanner, this officially starts half off, or the other ones were half off too. David Hoy was second. Al Stewart, Russians and Americans, $7.50. Al Stewart, Russians and Americans, $7.50. Wishbone Ash, Just Testing. EX Condition, this is going to be $9. $9 after the half off. Wishbone Ash, Just Testing, $9. Yes, that's the Ivy's pre-Badfinger BBC recordings, $45. It's a bootleg. Bob Dylan, Infidels, $7.50, a VG copy. $7.50 VG copy. Bob Dylan, Shot of Love, VG Plus, $12.50. Bob Dylan, Shot of Love, VG Plus, $12.50. Both of the Japanese records are $35. $35 each. Eagles and John Denver, $35 each. And you've got dibs on either one. Unless you pass, then Thomas gets the Eagles. Leslie Holt wants Shot of Love. That's sold to Leslie Holt. These are half off sticker. Barry was second. Elton John, Friends, $5. It's in VG condition. That's his Friends soundtrack he did in 1970. Michael Nath wants the Wishbone Ash. That's sold to Wishbone. Oh, that's sold to Michael Nath, not Wishbone. And Romelu does take the Eagles for $35. So Thomas, he's going to go ahead and get that for $35. We still got John Denver's Golden Hits for $35. The Revolt of Emily Young, a rock novella by Buzz Kaysen and Pepper Martin. That is VG Plus, $12.50. That's the half-off price. VG Plus on the original Decca Color Bars label. Stephen A. Young wants Elton John Friends. That's sold to Stephen A. Young. Spyro Gyra, that's $5. I think that's their self-titled release. It is. Spyro Gyra, $5 on the Emerist label. Spyro Gyra, $5. Very clean on that. Let me slide that back in there as such. Sold to Jetstream. Next is the Bee's Knees, $12.50 for the Bee's Knees, $12.50. This has got an insert with it. It's on a Derrick label, 1978 Derrick Records, the Bee's Knees. That is $12.50. I don't know a lot about that. Looks like a can of sardines, but there's bees, or there's, I guess those are bees. Look like flies to me. Bee's Knees. The Pretenders 2, VG Plus condition, $7.50. VG Plus condition, $7.50. Stephen Stills 2, EX condition, $8. EX condition, $8. Stephen Stills 2. That's an OG pressing. Craig Thomas gets the Pretenders. That's sold to Craig Thomas. Hey, there we had one of those earlier tonight. There's a Jacqueline Kennedy record, $10. Portrait of a Violent Lady, then later known as Jacqueline Onassis. $10. Jacqueline Kennedy. The Byrds, Younger Than Yesterday. That's an original 67 mono, $6.50. It's in VG condition. Looks like the cover's in VG. Has a little bit of wear and writing. That is the original mono. And Jacqueline Kennedy sold to Leslie Holt. That's sold to Leslie Holt. Emmett Rhodes is a VG Plus for $10. Emmett Rhodes is a VG Plus for $10. Emmett Rhodes, self-titled. Todd Tipton first on The Byrds. Terry Schneider second on The Byrds. Johnny Rivers, A Touch of Gold. $5 for Johnny Rivers, A Touch of Gold. No condition notes on that one. $5 on Johnny Rivers. Music from the original soundtrack of Maya. It's got an awesome cover to it. $10. That's an original soundtrack to Maya. $10 on that. Maya, $10. Very clean. No condition notes on that one. Also, no condition notes on this. The History of the Guess Who. That's $10. The History of the Guess Who. $10 on that. These are all half off a sticker. Also, Warren Zevon recorded live at the Roxy. Stand in the Fire. $17.50 for Warren Zevon. Has the original inner sleeve. $17.50 for Warren Zevon. Also, Doug Sam and Band. That's a 73 Monarch press. $12.50. Doug Sam and Band. $12.50 on that. 73 Monarch press. Patty Austin. The Heat of Heat. The Heat of Heat. 12-inch single. $5. Chris B-Jack wants the Warren Zevon. That's sold to Chris B-Jack. Also, Nagy Steam. That's $7.50. That's a full album, by the way. $7.50. Al Jarreau. Heart's Horizon. Al Jarreau is $5. Marty Ballin is $5. The SOS Band, Good and Plenty. SOS Band is $5. Tony Lee, Reach Up. Tony Lee is $10. Eric Clapton, that is At His Best, $17.50. Normally this wouldn't make the half-off bin. I think we're about to get into some really good titles here. A lot of $35 stuff is about to be half off. There's Clapton. The next is Psychedelic Lollipop, Blues Magoos. The cover does have some sing splitting, but that is the original Mercury stereo label. That is in stereo. Very clean vinyl. No condition notes. That's rarely on sale. Neither is, well, first is Neil. I thought there was another Neil Young in here, but this one is Neil Young as well. This is $20 after the discount, Journey Through the Past. It's a triple LP original soundtrack, not soundcrack. This is SOS Band. SOS Band, Good and Plenty. That's the track, Good and Plenty. $5 on that one. Kenny Cates Jr., first to the Eric Clapton. That's sold to Kenny Cates. Leslie, you were second. Also, Stevie Wonder, I Was Made to Love Her. This should not be on sale. VG Plus condition, $15. And an original 67 Hollywood press on Motown. That's Stevie Wonder, I Was Made to Love Her. What a great song. And Neil Young is $20 after the discount. Blues Magoos is $17.50 after the discount. $17.50. About a VG cover. The vinyl has no condition notes. Chris B-Jack does get Stevie Wonder. That's sold to Chris B-Jack. Mother Mania, another one. Shouldn't be on sale. $22.50. The Mothers of Invention, Mother Mania. Look how clean the vinyl is for a Frank Zappa Best of Mothers of Invention from 1969. Chris B-Jack gets Blues Magoos. That's sold to Chris B-Jack. The Zubin Mehta Star Wars and Close Encounters, just $7.50 on Star Wars. That's the kind of Los Angeles Philharmonic electronic type music for Star Wars and Close Encounters. The Clash Sandinista, a VG copy, triple LP, $17.50. It is triple LP. It's in VG condition though, $17.50 for The Clash. Blondie is now just $20. It does have a clip corner. Has the original inner sleeve, a superb near mint copy. $20 on Blondie. And Sade, Turn My Back on You. Sade, Turn My Back on You and Keep Looking. $10. All right, so we have Clash. Lots of people on that one. Michael Nath, Chris B-Jack, Cynthia Herdren, Chris Ferrara, and Cynthia Herdren first on Blondie. Leslie Holt was second. George Ellis on Sade and Ken Highstand third on Blondie. I'm going to read through those titles one more time. It's always worth staying to the end if we're live, because usually I do something crazy like that. And there's still several titles left in here. I would love to sell a few more. So let me go through those one more time. These are all half off sticker. I'll do those one more time. We had the Laughter, Sweet and Profane, Pat Bertram and Bob Crane, $7.50. The More of Hal Holbrook, that is $7.50. Al Stewart, Russians and Americans, $7.50. Bob Dylan, VG condition, $7.50. The Revolt of Emily Young, Fox, VG plus, $12.50. The Bee's Knees, no condition notes, $12.50. Stephen Stills 2, EX, that was $8. Emmett Rhodes, VG plus, $10. Touch of Gold, Johnny Rivers, $5. Maya soundtrack, $10. The History of the Guess Who, $10. Doug and Sam Band, $12.50. Patty Austin single, $5. The Heat of Heat. Nagy's Theme, $7.50. Al Jarreau, Heart's Horizon, That was $5. ENP wants the Emmett Rhodes. That's sold to ENP. Marty Ballin is $5. Craig needs to put back the Pretenders. He already has that one. Tony Lee, Reach Up, $10 on Tony Lee. The SOS Band, Good and Plenty, $5. Neil Young is still available, $20. $22.50 for Mother Mania. And the Zubin Mehta Star Wars record, $7.50. If anybody wants the Pretenders record Craig is putting back, that is a VG Plus for $7.50. VG Plus for $7.50. There was about half of that crate left, and now there's half of that half. So, thanks. Emptied up some space there. We need it. We need all the empty crates we can get. I can probably put this in our next on sale. I'll probably sort them by price now, make some of them $6.99, discount some even further, and then some of these kind of a little bit more expensive ones I end up putting on Discogs sometimes. You know, if it's going to sell for $25 or $35 on there, we go ahead and list it on there, or rarely eBay. I hadn't listed any like vintage albums on eBay in quite some time. Christopher R. says to take the Pretenders. Okay, well, as usual, we're going to stop there so we can get ready for tomorrow night. We had a ton of new vintage stuff tonight, a ton. Tomorrow, it will be the same situation, but we will also be auctioning and featuring KISS merchandise and memorabilia. Auctioning and featuring KISS merchandise and memorabilia, which is going to be everything from action figures to posters to magazines and figures and just everything. It's KISS merch. Gene Simmons has put his name and logo on everything. Jetstream says he'll take the Neil Young. Thanks, everybody. We've had a great night as usual. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock for New Vintage Arrivals, KISS Night. And then we'll also be live Wednesday. We'll also be live Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we'll probably do a coin and knife sale this Sunday. We didn't have one this past Sunday. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Good night. I'm going to go find some food and start pricing more stuff. There's plenty of it in the back, believe me. And pimento. Yeah, that does sound good. I have half of a Jersey Mike's in the fridge, but I'm going to need something heavier than that, I think. I'm probably like, really heavy right now would be like McDonald's. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and see y'all tomorrow night.